Well, well, well. What's conjuring, apprentices? How are we all doing today? Me? I'm doing pretty good, actually. Now that, most of my stuff is sorted out with my computer and everything, I've, reworked to get back approximately, I want to say 4 to 5 hours or so that I've worked to get back to where I kind of was, so I have a short today to post, so I think I'm doing pretty okay. Still a little bit busy, still trying to get everything back to where it was, especially with some of the rewards and everything. I also had to rush to try repopulate all of my, the strike board and everything that we're doing today, because yes, don't forget, we're doing the strike board today. Well, well, well. I wonder how that's gonna go. I wonder what surprises you guys will see. Though, if you do want to, actually, I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna add this as something. I want to add a suggested punishments reward on Twitch for channel points. So, you can say something like, and we'll take maybe, we'll add 400 or so as a point, and then people can do this. So replace X word will instead become add a strike 1 punishment, and then add a punishment to the strike 1 board. And I think we'll do a little bit of that. So now you all can add punishments and the like to the punishment board, which will show up for whenever people get strikes. And of course, I'm going to be adding this for, and I'll duplicate it right now so that you can actually just see to the strike 2 board. And then we'll increase the price of this. It's going to be a little bit more just because, well, it is contributing overall to it. I don't know, actually, should I change it to the thousands? I feel like there's a severe case of point inflation. I've noticed that some of you have held on to points for far too long. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure what to do about that, so I want to kind of make sure that you all don't hold on to too many points whenever we're doing something else. For instance, if we're focusing on Rimworld, or if we're focusing on another game where you want to spend a whole bunch of points for challenges, etc. Yeah, not anymore since I pig-maxed in Rimworld. Okay, I just need to make sure, you know? I just need to make sure. However, it does mean, yet again, that I've got to set things up for all of my Rimworld stuff, which actually, I should probably, I thought that I had some stuff open for this, but apparently I don't. Either way, to give a bit of context to today, for anyone who's joining us for the first time or who are watching the VOD, today we're going to be discussing Shinsekai Yori, which means we're going to be talking about the next 6 episodes, which includes, but is to and from, the 7th episode to approximately the 13th episode. Now, what does that mean? That means that I go over a couple of the points that I've written down for each episode. However, it depends on how in-depth we go, because I always need to double-check if whether or not people have watched that episode. So, it's a little bit finicky. Also, token generator, I think it was. Yeah, okay, token generator. I'm just setting things up for the Rimworld stream because I may as well do it now before everyone comes in at the exact same time and is like, Auger, where's the Rimworld? Where's Rimworld? I don't see it. So I'm setting things up a little bit in advance for it, just so that I can boot up the game and have that be that. And yes, I remember mostly where everything is. Wait! Oh my gosh! You want to know what I just found? You want to know what I just found? Wait. Okay. If I copy path, copy as path. If I copy the path here, and then I go over to this, and I select this. Oh my gosh. You are going to be astounded at what shows up. You are going to be astounded. As soon as it actually shows up. Wait. Oh my goodness. No, this can't be happening. Like so. Right? Nope. Okay. Why does Windows not want to work with me here? Why does Windows not want to work with me here? Let's go in here, and then if I do that, oh my gosh. Are we seeing what I'm seeing? That's right. It's Homura Hog. She's back on screen. She's back on screen. And you know, we need to add a little bit of text as well. We'll call this the Homura Hog caption. Here we go. Homura Hog! Yeah, exactly. So, now I just need to add the text, which I can do via Homura Hog caption. There we go. Sorry, I wrote this incorrectly. Live, capitalize, Homura Hog cam. There we go, and we'll put this right above Homura Hog, like so. Oh, I need to zoom in a little bit. It's a little bit out there. But yes, for the uninitiated, Shinsekai Yori is a post-apocalyptic, somewhat futuristic anime that has a whole lot of fantastical elements to it. It is really, really good, and I hope you guys have been enjoying it thus far. Hello, Rondel, aka Helios, aka Helios, but not Rondel. How are you doing? We're just beginning to start. We're not gonna talk about it just yet. I have 19 more days until my birthday. You should get a Homura Hog plushie. Have you decided on what you're gonna get, Homura? What do you think you're going to get? In future but devolved society? Exactly. I won't get into the nitty-gritty of it because I need to double check for those who are joining that they have been able to watch everything. But yes, we will be talking about it because I kind of, not that I neglected it, but I didn't go over everything last time because I was worried about spoiling it for people, though there are some points now that have been revealed to us that I will be talking about, as well as some of the, like, mysteries that have shown up. I know, maybe you think, oh, but you're spoiling it for me, so I will always give a disclaimer before I begin to spoil something that might be a mystery that if you want to watch for the second time, which I kind of do advise, I kind of advise it just because I think there are so many details to Shinsekai Yori that are pretty confusing for the first watch, that you watch the second time and you're like, oh my gosh, now that I've seen this, this makes so much more sense. I only watched until episode 12. That is A-okay. That is A-okay. Don't worry about it. We're not really going to be focused on episode 13, although I do have notes for that as well. So if it's the case, then, well, it's the case. Either way, I'll probably be lurking today mostly. Still not done with working through all my lectures and creating flashcards to study. I've been at it for the last 7 hours. Oh, what are you getting into studying? And what are you creating flashcards for, Helios? Sorry now if I'm actually taking up your time with that, but I thought it was a pretty interesting question. As well, you probably want to study, but I'm probably going to be yapping and talking like the entire time. Right now, it's macroeconomics. Oh, after that law. I see. Wait, I thought, is this, I'm imagining this is for university, but I thought you were also doing, computer science primarily? Am I incorrect about that? Am I making things up? I thought that was at least the case, in large part. So, yo, Virgil. True. How are you doing, Virgil? And how was everyone's weekend? I was talking a little bit with Mr. Brown. Wait, why do you have an icon? You have a blossom badge now, for whatever reason? I don't know what that is. Yeah, but my CS module was a programming project. Oh, so you've got more to it that you're doing. I see. Now I'm studying for other modules. That makes sense. I was curious because I remember you talking about wanting to study it and getting into it, and that's what. And it was okay, I guess. Why was it only okay? Is there something in particular that you weren't necessarily enjoying about your weekend, or maybe you didn't get up to something? Sometimes a lazy weekend is good too. What I like to do during the weekend is I like to treat it like cheat days, which is, well, quite literally what I do. I treat them like cheat days. So I tend or happen to eat a lot during those days. Genuinely. I don't so much regulate how many calories I get in, but I still do make sure I get enough of my macros whenever I have a cheat day. But yeah, as for the rest of everything else, not so much. Not so much. I just make sure I've gotten that, and that's about all I have to do. So, hello, Kaimana! Welcome, welcome! Oh, that's the weekly streak thing. If I join in stream the whole week, the flower blooms more and more. Wait, really? Is that a new thing in that case, Mr. Brown? I've never seen that. Because I think some people have, like, consecutive streaks of, like, insane numbers, so now there are blossom badges for it. I was bored this weekend. Oh, I mean, that makes... Yeah, I suppose so. That's why I always try to, like, organize and schedule things to be ready for it and whatnot, you know? Like, just so that I always have something to do during my weekends. I love eating. I love eating, too. Gosh, that's why I'm probably so fond of having, ice creams that I can make, because it allows me to focus and put so much time into, like, okay, how do I design this new ice cream that I want to eat and everything, and then I'm, like, trying out different flavor or food or ingredient combinations, so that's more or less the reason why. Also, let me swap over to this game that I'm going to be playing now. So, while I talk, I'm going to be playing, a game called Slice and Dice. I don't think most of you have heard of it, but it is a very cool game. It is a very cool game. Let me see how this looks. Like so. And then we'll go to the main scene. Slice and Dice is a pretty cool team slash party slash dice game. Is it like Fruit Ninja? Not even remotely close. So I kind of like the raid mode, though I've only done it on easy. I haven't played a whole lot. I've played like 8 hours or something like that. And then I've played through some of the classic mode. I haven't played some of the creative modes, but the creative mode is basically where you can mod stuff and how that works. Also, wait, let me just read through the chat and everything before I begin to elaborate on this, and then we can continue again, because I feel like I'm missing out on some stuff. I love eating. I do too. Eating food is so much good. Yo, I have so many yaoi games right now. What? Why do you have that many? What flower? Oh, I'm talking about the badge that Mr. Brown had. How do you like your new title, Kaimana? Yeah, the most punchable face? Unfortunate. Yeah, and I get mana for making it bloom. Wait, really? You get mana for it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, wait. Can I customize and can I change how that badge looks? Because if I can change it, I really want to make it an orb. I really want to make the Blossom badge an orb in that case. I want it. Yeah, true. Well, it's not going to help me, but I would like badges. I like badges. They're kind of a cool system on Twitch, I gotta say. I wish YouTube had more of them that I could, like, attach to you guys. I got it. Oh! You've got it now. Wait, so you can just click on something and then get it? Last night, I drew Nagisa from Madoka Magica. I like the drawing, but I don't at the same time. I feel like it's one of those cases where we're always the worst critics of ourselves. So it makes it like we think what we've done is worse than it is because we can see the flaws in it, but whenever someone else looks at it, they're probably not focused on that. And it's, in a way, it's a little bit like an illusion. Right? You try to get people to focus on one of the main things and then not focus on the details, because maybe a professional focuses on the details, but your friends and maybe family and maybe others don't necessarily focus on the details as much, because whenever you go into like a critique mindset, you don't think so much of like, oh, they drew this one stroke a little bit weirdly and whatnot. I'm sure that what you've drawn is way better than what you give it credit for. And if anything, drawing it in the first place is the most important step. Doing something is the most important step, because you will always learn every time that you draw. Even if you don't put conscientious effort into it, you will always learn by doing, inevitably. So I would say that you're probably being too harsh on yourself by saying that you don't like it at the same time, but I completely get the feeling as well. There are sometimes, like, even when I was showing off the strike board and whatnot on stream, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to look great, but I just hope that people get the idea and that they think it's fun. You know, I've got a couple more things in the pipeline that I want to introduce to stream to make things more fun and to get you guys to use more of your points and to make you guys spend more silver in Rimworld and whatnot so that we have something consistently going. I've also added the options, as you can probably see, buy some of the point rewards on Twitch to be able to redeem if you want to add a couple of Strike 1 or Strike 2 punishments. You can write down whatever you want. I'll categorize them. Don't worry about that. Just make sure that it's within the bounds of Strike 1 and Strike 2. So if you navigate to Twitch and you click on the little icon or whatever it is, you can see something like meta add a Strike 1 or Strike 2 punishment, and then I'll add it to the board for whenever we do it, which we will be doing today. And just as a reminder, today the people that are guilty are Kaimana and D6. Kaimana, as we recall, and I will be reciting some of their crimes and misdeeds throughout the week. Kaimana called everyone her slave and then told everyone to die. Even though she apologized, she still did it in the first place, which is bad. And then D6, he called me Fat Tundel. So we have got a couple of people with strikes this time. At the bottom of the flower tab, it says rewards upgrade weekly every day Monday at 2 a.m. Event ends on the 27th of July. I don't know if it means the entire events end forever on the 27th of July. That might be something that I have to look into. That might have to be something that I look into, because I imagine that it must be in like streamer rewards. I think there is like a badge or something that I can do, but I will look into that maybe for tomorrow's stream or something like that if it's not too long. However, I've now caught up to everything here, and we will be spending just a minute or two discussing what Slice and Dice is. Slice and Dice is a bit of a dungeon crawler, albeit linear, where you build a party of a various amounts of characters who all have their own individual dice with their own effects, as well as fighting monsters throughout the dungeon who have their own dice with individual effects. It works a little bit like a weird card game, but instead of drawing a hand, you obviously roll a dice. However, you can also change and format some of your dice to include certain keywords that allow them to affect the party differently, or allow you to affect an enemy or the board or whatever else differently. It's a very cool game, and natively as well, you never have to download mods. You can actually just paste in via clipboard into this. So I don't deserve a strike. Yeah, but you keep saying that every single time. So I'm going to make this a little bit easy, and I'm going to pick the easy mode. And it starts you with 3 formations. I actually like the custom mode because then I get to choose. I was just being fun. I didn't mean it. I don't know about that. No takesy backsies, Kaimana. No takesy backsies. Also, I've noticed the chat is a little bit above my head. Just give me a second. I'm gonna move this down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Here we go. Like so. Oh, yeah, what can I say? What can I say? I don't think it matters so much. There are some things that affect the orientation of where your heroes are at and whatnot, but I'm not too concerned about that. So we'll just pick this. And then better items squared. So I get +2 item quality, infinite chalice at the start of each turn, +1 mana at the start of every 4th turn, +2 mana. Hero regen, all-star. Every second dice you see each turn gains self-shield. Oh. Wait, that's... All of these are really good, but actually, I like better items because there is some stuff that you can get that increases item quality. This game is so much fun. I know it looks incredibly simple, but it is deceptively. It is deceptively simple. Also, I'm looking at your art, Homura-san, in the server. That is really cute. Good job. Wait, that's really good. You have nothing to be ashamed of. That's really nice. Did a really good job. Also, I see that you're using a Saber profile picture based. Sorry, Saber's really cool. I really like Saber. So in this game, you pick a couple of dice that you want to keep. I can organize them and see like this. So we can see the dice here. This one's 2 damage, so I want to keep that one. I actually don't know what this one does, the Hoarder. 2 damage guilt. If this is lethal, I die. Okay, well that kind of sucks. This one doesn't really work the way that I want it to, but still. 2 damage death, I die if I rolled this. Single use, okay, and then exert. This kind of sucks. I think that's probably his best die on him. Obviously, we don't want a blank one, and we can probably get some of the heal as well. So we're going to re-roll this, and you've got a couple of re-rolls per turn, as we saw. I've never seen Buckle as the class before. 4 shield, +2 pristine, multiplied by 2 if I'm at full health. Okay, so we probably want to aim for the shield, shield buckle, and then we can try aim for a 2 mana. We can try... Oh, okay, we didn't get it. So we're going to do this. We're going to increase their health. We're going to attack the wolf. And that's the end of the turn. So you can kind of see how this easily gets out of control. Because at first you start with very, very simple mechanics. And you think to yourself, oh, okay, it can't be like overly bad or whatever. But it gets very, very complicated very, very quickly. And I'm going to keep this shield because I need him to survive. I'm going to continue rolling. We can do... I don't really like the excerpt one, so I'll probably have a gamble. I like building up mana because then I can use heal 1 to all allies, do a poke, which is 1 damage, apparently. I should have used that. And then we have burst. So we can get rid of the wolf, then we can hit the archers. We'll actually take this one, and then we'll just re-roll this. Unfortunately, we got nothing. So I'll use the 2 mana, I'll use a burst, I'll use a burst, and then we attack. And at the end of it, all your guys go back to full HP, as well as you get either an item or you get a level up. So in this case, I can choose to level up either my thief or my my acolytes. And in this case, I have the tier 2 dabbler or the tier 2 priestess, and there it says the HP. It's pretty cool because you basically play with dice and then you figure out what's the best way to try and micromanage all of your dice to make it as good as possible. So we're going to, I think we probably... okay. I only care... We don't need a whole lot of, like, debuff removal just yet. So I think we can probably go with Vitality. Though then again, having more damage dice and having less blank dice is probably better. She's at least got something she can do every turn. This thief does not. So let's go for this, actually. Let's go for the Dabbler. What do you have on your notes? I have got so much. I have got so much. What episode we discussed last? If we're all ready, I was going to wait and see. Maybe D6 doesn't really join. I wasn't sure if Sol6 was going to join either. I'm not sure about Okami, I think. I'm starting to really love the anime now. I'm super glad to hear that. I'm super glad to hear that. Shinsekai Yori is like one of those really underrated but stupidly good animes that very seldom gets the amount of recognition it needs, or deserves rather, because, I mean, let's be fair. Shinsekai Yori, I think, is a little bit confusing in the beginning, which I think a lot of people can agree with initially. However, once you get past that initial hurdle, it's like... oh my gosh, this is really good. And you know what? I agree. It is really good. So, and someone said there's a second season, or am I wrong? Yes and no. Technically, it's all just one big season, but yes, it's 2 seasons. In terms of, like, standard anime duration / length. So, it ends up being 25 episodes, which is usually 2 seasons whenever you get something of equal or similar length. However... oh, I'm actually missing one of the options. How do I see who's attacking this guy? It would be him. No, him. Who's going for him? Who's going for Gray? This bee. So we're going to attack this bee. There we go. Then he'll hold on to Pristine. So there are 25 episodes to Shinsekai Yori, but we're going to be watching all of it nonetheless. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to veto everyone's opinions. We're going to be watching the whole thing whether you like it or not. So, that's just how it works, okay? That's what we're going to do. Does the style of the anime change during the second season? No, it does not change during the second season. It stays exactly the same, and it stays just as interesting. Sorry, I think there's a bit of a windstorm outside. But yes, last we discussed a little bit about episode 6-7. So this time, we're going to be quickly going over it, and I will be thorough this time in my discussion of Shinsekai Yori, just because I really enjoy it as much as I do. Therefore, I feel like I have a lot to talk about. So, one of the first points that I have for episode 7, and after we finish that, we're going to watch Attack on Titan. We're still suggesting Kaimana, and even if you suggest the first season, we would still have to vote on the second season. Technically, Shinsekai Yori is all just one season, therefore it wasn't really something that I voted on. It was a little bit different for Spice and Wolf, because those two had both combined yet separate seasons, which is weird, but, well, it works out for what it is, right? However, we're going to be discussing Shinsekai Yori now. So, if you're afraid of spoilers, and if you're afraid of having mystery spoiled for you, well, it's too bad. I gave you a warning. I gave you a warning already that this is going to be what I'm going to be talking about. So, let's see. Original, my drawing with Beatrice from ReZero color palettes. Oh, great job as well. Oh, yeah, I see. Beto! I love Beto from ReZero. I can't wait to see if that's what we're going to watch. That's going to be so good. It's very cute, though. Good job, Homura-san. So, as we see in episode 6, just as a little bit of a recap, as they're trapped in the cave, Saki begins to have a strange dream and remembers the fire from the Temple of Purity. Hello, Silent Scythe! Welcome! How are you doing? Oh, I need to change this to view everything in word wrap because my notes are so long that I actually can't see everything. Okay, so Saki begins to recite the ritual for sealing the Kantai from memory, and Satoru, during his trippy dream, is hypnotized into remembering his Cantus. With Satoru's Cantus back, they escape to the surface. As they fight, Satoru learns fear terrifies them more than might, aka the Bakanezumi or the queer rats, that's it, and is determined to wipe out all of the feral spider colony despite Saki's protests. I'm good, how about you? I'm doing pretty well too. I'm playing a little bit of Slice and Dice. It's a fun game where, well, you do a little bit of slice and dicing, but with dice that you slice. You know? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, do you want to raise? What? What do you mean, do you want a raise? Depends. Do I gotta work more for it? I think a raise would imply that you just do the same amount as you are now. I think she's saying that you're doing a good job and finally wants to reward you, which honestly, for Kaimana, is a little bit of a surprise. But that's episode 6. So, now we're going to be talking about some of the new seasons, or rather some of the new episodes in that case. Nope, you gotta vote for Attack on Titan, the AniManga Club. See, now she's trying to bribe people. That is textbook bribing, Kaimana. What are we talking about? That is textbook bribing. That works for me? No. Nah. That's bribing. That's bribing. So no, my queen. What? Yeah, what is this? You can't just bribe people to get stuff done for you. Either way, we're on episode 7 now. So, in the war, Squealer is captured, and the rats out their position when that happens because he's a coward. As they run, Squealer asks for their help again with the Kantai, but Satoru is tired and Saki still does not have hers. Squealer begins to doubt that they are still gods for that reason, as we can see by his expression. As they run, the giant hornets led by Kiromaru arrives with reinforcements. They find that the captured soldiers will be made into slaves. As they escape in the night, Squealer follows them. They tell him they are escaping because they believe Kiromaru will try to kill them, so they ask for the fastest way possible to the lake. At the lake, they meet up with the rest of their group, but Kiromaru catches up to them. As their boats are towed by Kiromaru, they make their way back to the home gradually. By campfire, Saki reveals that it was hypnosis that had sealed their Kantai, aka by Rijin, whenever he found them in the mountain, and Shun is given his Kantai back at the same time. Once they arrived back at the village, Saki believed, but was mistaken, that they had outwitted the adults and had gotten their Kantai back. I didn't write a note for this, but they did so secretly, hoping that the adults would not have figured out. But they were mistaken. Unfortunate, isn't it? So, let's see what your thoughts are. That's a word from drunkenness? Wait, what? And I'm drunk? Whoa! Silent Scythe already doing buy beer 100 in real life? I thought you said that works for me. No, consider it when you're awake. I am awake. Kiromaru is so cool, but I don't understand why he let them go. He was just trying to help them out. That's the thing. He was just trying to help them out. There wasn't really, like, any more malintent or anything like that. Also, hello, Kirigami. Hello, how are you doing? We're just talking a little bit about Shinsekai Yori, aka one of the AniManga Club anime manga picks that we decided to go with this week. So, how are you doing, though? Bayou's beer 100,000. Bayou's beer 828,000. Oh, so it was just that simple? Yeah, it was just that simple. There wasn't really much to it otherwise, but Kiromaru was trying to help them out, and that was, like, more or less his main motivation here. He did know that they were kind of trying to get away, but at the same time, he's not going to, like, impede or stop them. There wasn't really much to it otherwise. So how am I doing? Boy, I'm eating this Zinger Shawarma. I hope you enjoy it, man. What is a Zinger Shawarma? Zinger is just like an adjective, Kaimana. So, didn't they just let them go to monitor them? Yes and no. They noticed that the hawk was following them all the way by the lake, but that wasn't really, like, the main issue, right? They thought that Kiromaru was trying to follow them because he wanted to kill them, but they found out that probably wasn't the case because, well, he found them, didn't kill them, and then decided, you know what, you guys can just do whatever it is you want to do. Like, there's not much else to it, right? So they were allowed to go and do as they please. Not much else. Enjoying vacay? Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. I gotta go, but I'll be back later. Bye. Take care, Homura-san. No worries, no worries. So, that's episode 7. Kiromaru, I think, is such a cool character. How many subs do you have now? If you're talking on Twitch, I have 17 subscribers, 58 followers. If we're talking about YouTube, I have, I don't know, like 50-something? 50 subscribers? It's not like an amazing amount, but I'm happy nonetheless. I'm happy and very pleased by everyone who's decided to stick around for so long and who enjoys my content, like, actually. Also, I do fame now, huh? No, I'm not famous. I'm far from famous. I mean, I might be dashing, attractive, good-looking, but, you know, it can't always be the case. Can't always be the case. We're gonna pick the monk. I think he's one of my favorites. Yes. So that was the 7th episode. On the 8th episode, I also wrote down that the girls' new outfits after the time skip kind of look like special weeks from Uma Musume. That was one of my main notes. I was like, damn, this really looks like special weeks outfit. Because when you see when you see Saki and Maria for the first time after that, they really looked similar. Wait, which one? I can try find it. Saki, time skip, Shinsekai Yori. You guys probably shouldn't Google this, just because I think this is going to show what she looks like whenever she becomes an adult. Okay, yeah, it does. Here we go. Her outfit, or her uniform. Let's copy the image address. Hello, Dragon Dojo Mama. A Speaker-chan mentioned? Yes. However, I want to show this. Oh, wait. Main scene. I need to add a browser source. I'll just call this one browser. And then we'll do like so. Okay. And if you guys can see this, doesn't this outfit look super similar to Special Weeks from Uma Musume? Doesn't it? Am I mistaken in that? I was like, oh my gosh. Did that looks so similar. Also, hi Rondel, hi chat. Hope you all are well. Hello. How have you been? I hope your weekend has been wonderful thus far. So, my derby is very pretty right now. Oh yeah? How are your Umas doing? Needs to be pinker, but sure, kinda. I mean, yeah, it is a little bit dull, but that's just because of the A1 art style that they decided to go with. So I think it's pretty similar, all things considered. Hashire, hashire, uma musume. True, Agnes Tachyon. My favorite is Satono Diamond. I really love her. She's so cute. Looks kinda Tachyon-ish. Her hair was tied up, so I wouldn't say entirely, but maybe. She doesn't really have that personality, though, is the thing. I tried my best to pronounce that, and stuff started floating around me. It's just Japanese. My favorite Uma is Phenomenal, one of the Golshi family ones. I see. I know what you are. Love Police Girl Uma. Yeah, I like the Golshi family. They're all very cute. Damn, yeah, it's just Japanese. True, but maybe there is a curse that could be cast upon. Okay, I think gray is the one that they're going for, so we'll do that. Yeah, we take from both of them. Do you see horses around you? They're probably not running. as much. But that puts us at the 8th episode. At age 14, which is now a little bit of a time skip, Maria and Saki get together, and Shun and Satoru get together, mimicking the society of bonobo apes that was referenced in the earlier episode. I think it was in like episode 3, something like that. Saki catches Shun and Satoru making out and runs away out of envy. Saki asks Mamoru if he really enjoys being alone and chasing after Maria because he never tries to find anyone or does anything about it. Saki then breaks down crying and asks, what are we even doing in retrospect of each other and the relationships and the guilt that she felt towards saying this towards Mamoru. Shun breaks up with Satoru later, saying that he wants to be left alone. Mamoru comments, we're all drifting apart, and feels lonely as a result of it. Kaburagi Shisei is revealed as one of the most powerful Kantus users as he then goes to talk to Shun. Shun was a prodigy, expected to supersede Kaburagi, but notices something wrong with Shun in this episode. Shun breaks his project, an egg and an exposed eye peeks out of it. Shun then says he needs to be left alone around curfew, and that they won't meet or visit for a while, because he can no longer stay at home, but says no more to Saki by the end of this episode. Shun does, however, reveal that the adults knew about the group regaining their kantai and were delaying their punishment but did not know how. He says that they were under surveillance this entire time and that Saki should watch out for the cats. So that is the conclusion of the 8th episode as we saw it there. Honestly, such a cool episode. There are so many things that go on in this episode. It's just such a... hamburger to... fried potato. Wow, nice one, Silent Scythe. Crazy. I can't anymore. It's like 9:30. My brain is fried. Don't worry, Rotundel, aka Helios, aka Rotundel, who was actually Helios. The curse is very old Japanese Mahjong players, man. What? Speak English. I can't read Raman words. I love horses. Yeah, that part was weird. Everyone was just swapping BFs, GFs like socks. Yeah, so what was mentioned earlier in both the season but also in the episode as a whole is they are trying to mimic the society of bonobo apes. The reason why that we get to hear on pretty early on, actually, from one of the false Minoshiros, is that the reason why they try to emulate bonobo society so much is because it allows, like, a venting of stress, and hopefully is going to try keep bonds within all of... I don't know what to call it, like human society in that case, more closely or close-knit, which is one of the reasons why he tries to avoid... all conflict within Shinsekai Yori. I know it sounds a little bit convoluted, but imagine it like this. The reason why that they try put them in groups of approximately 4 to 6 people is because they want them to form really close relationships so they do not die or kill each other, and they have a group that they associate with. It's a little bit contrived in some instances, but I feel like the show does a really good way of laying it out and how each of the characters decide to go about it, because I feel very seldom like if you were put in a situation where there was something such as death feedback that was going to kill you if you decided to harm another human, this is one of the ways that they decide to go about it as one of the like psychological experiments that they have imposed on people in society there, as a way to try and like circumvent some kind of issue occurring, right? So that's more or less the reason why that they go about doing it like this. McDonald's fries are good. What are you guys talking about? Mahjong does sound fun right now, but I don't know if my brain can still take it. I can't even play it. Yo, what are you all talking about? We're talking about the anime/manga Shinsekai Yori, aka From the New World. It's a very, very good anime/manga. It's one of my favorites of all time. It's genuinely super duper good. And it's what we're currently watching/reading this time around. So, that's why I'm talking about it. And yeah, I think, well, you guys were saying, oh, but why do they keep dating anyone and everyone? That was also explained in, I think, the 4th episode after or so, or sorry, the 4th episode of the entire show, but it's also explained after that point as well, that the reason why they try to go about, like, dating and, I guess, experimenting with each other and so on is because it is a form of stress relief, and is why Saki even comments on her guilt and says something like, I can't believe this is what we're doing, I think this is really weird, and she feels an immense amount of guilt for it, but it's also one of the reasons why she has a breakdown about it, but then decides to give in to said emotions, deciding that, you know what, maybe it doesn't matter so much, and maybe she should just give into it in that case. So that's more or less the reason why they do it, because again, they want to try and prohibit or prevent people from turning into fiends and karma demons, in which case... Let's see. Yeah, I get that society and how they are. It's just weird to me. I'd rather they focus on one person to love. While I do agree, the whole point is that it's meant to be like a psychological experiment, so to speak, in the anime/manga itself, in order to figure out what best way can they create to prevent people from trying to kill each other. That's more or less the reason why. So they found that this was probably one of the easiest or one of the best solutions because, as mentioned in the 3rd episode, the reason why they chose bonobo apes is because they have the least amount of arguments or quarrels or conflicts as a part of the primate kingdom. What was the deal with the eye? I feel like that was some Easter egg. Wait, also Rondel never answered the eye joke here? Wait, what are you talking about? I probably skipped over it because I was just trying to get to some of the recent ones. Napoleon Dynamite voice? Hello, D6. I'll have to save some of the redeems for later on, just because I want to talk about the anime. So I'm just gonna write that down. I'll do that one in a little bit. You don't get the joke still? What was the deal with the eye? I felt like that was some Easter egg. That's not even a joke. What joke are you talking about, Kaimana? Can you guys spot the joke in what she said? What's the deal with the eye? I feel like that was some Easter egg. Yeah, inside egg, as in Easter egg. What? An Easter egg? Yes, an Easter egg is a type of egg? I felt like it was some kind of Easter egg. That's barely a joke, what? I'm so confused. Where's the punchline? The eye is inside the egg? Yes? The eye is inside the egg? You just don't get it, Unk. I guess I'm not getting it. I guess Kaimana is a little bit off, I'm not sure. Rotundel, aka Helios, is confused. Mr. Brown is confused. We know, but what do you mean Easter egg? I give up. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure what that was about. Okay, Napoleon Dynamite impression. I'll keep that one there. At Supergrok. Easter egg as in mystery in games that gives hints. No, an Easter egg is a funny reference. That's not what an Easter egg is. An Easter egg is not a mystery. It's a funny reference in games, or like some kind of external / meta joke / reference or so. Also, I just got into Matikane Fukukitaro. She's a very funny Uma, very silly. I really like that one gif of her going blah, 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 with her like tongue or whatever at the screen. That one's really silly. Easter eggs are eggs you get on Easter. That's also true. Did you know calc is short for calculator? You should get a strike for this. Wait, which one? I'm more and more convinced that Kaimana somehow managed to bribe guards to get internet access in their padded cell. No, you know what? That's not a strike. That's hilarious. Anyway, yeah, that creepy thing in the egg was weird. Probably some scary thing he made because Shun was slowly becoming a karma demon. Exactly! No pun intended. You are right on points here. It is one of the first allusions to Shun becoming... what's this? Why'd you redeem it if you don't know what that is? D6, that is a meta add 1 strike punishment to the punishment board. Because remember, today, we're going to be doling out punishments. And you and Kaimana have one, so you can add a punishment of your choice. So feel free to just write it in a separate message since you redeemed the points or whatever for this. But yes, it is one of the first allusions towards Shun becoming a karma demon, and is why everyone is so shocked, but also is why Kaburagi Shisei, or Shisei Kaburagi, decides like, oh my gosh, he's going insano mode. He's going insano mode. We can't allow him to live any longer. Which is why they dealt with him in ways of trying to exile him from the community. If I said something like that, I would get 10 strikes. Yeah, but that's because it's you, Kaimana. Make us 1v1 the winner. The winner gets double the strikes. Why would the winner get double the strikes? I don't want you guys to get to strike, to fight each other. I was so surprised when one of the main characters just died like that. We haven't gotten into that yet, but yes, that is one of the things that happens. So, Shun does, at the end of episode 8, warn Saki about, the cats that were going to show up. Because again, if you guys don't remember, if you see a copycat or if you see the shadows of a cat, you are being hunted. Someone died? Yes, in Shinsekai Yori, aka the anime/manga that we're discussing. Also, welcome, Okami. Welcome. How are you doing? And are you going to be joining in for this week's AniManga Club? OMG, spoiled it. I know. Kaimana keeps doing this. Bro, you were supposed to watch it to that point? It's no spoiler? Come on. Well, what can I say? I guess Kaimana just happens to do that. The end of the turn, if no damage was dealt to any monster, I flee. Okay, whatever. We'll just get rid of this guy. Oh wait, no, I can do this. Okay. But yeah. So, Okami, it's been like 3 years since we last saw you. It has been quite a while. He's been busy. It's no spoilers, is it? No, we're just teasing you, Kaimana. We're just teasing you. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. Poor dog, to be honest. Yeah. So, on episode 9... Shun has been missing, so the group wants to find him on the 4th day of him having gone missing. On their way out of the village, Pinewind, aka one of the villages, seems to be cordoned and all of the students there are at home. They also find that the new barriers have been created between the villages, and as they venture, more of the fauna is warped. As they look towards the burnt center of Pinewind, it appears that Shun's home blew up. That's one of the flashbacks that you get to see. That wasn't one of the, like, fire shrines. Julian! Yeah, that's one of the places that was blown up and that we get to see in one of the quick flashbacks or whatever that flicks back and forth between it. Saki then asks her parents where Shun is, but the topic is forbidden. But the dad caves in and says that Shun is missing and that it's best if she learns to part with friends. Saki then breaks down at the side of the after hearing this, and her mother begs her to not pry into the wrong things, saying that she can't bear to lose another. Exact quotes. Saki then learns her name means youngest child from learning from Maria in a flashback that their names each carry meaning. Saki then remembers that her little sister Yochan or Yoshimi is dead. Maria visits in the middle of the night, explaining Shun's exploration into the inner courtyard of the academy. Maria visits the center courtyard, finding the locked storage units with eyes and puts her ears to it to listen to them and hears growls. Then the ethics committee arrived, saying that they could only release 2 cats, hearing how their teacher Endo spoke about them. They heard them say, "We must send them before the process of becoming a karma demon is complete." It's then revealed that Shun is turning into a karma demon. Saki, sneaking out at night, then encounters him. So, there was a lot of stuff that happens in the 9th episode. It's probably one of my favorites. It's so good, and it sets up so much. Honestly, Nickelodeon background game. What? What are you talking about? on Sunday, you always play some kind of What are you talking about? This game is great. It's so cool. What? Bro, it's not boring. That was only 9? Yeah, it was only the 9th episode that this happened on. There's still plenty to go. Plenty to go. And, oh, maybe... We'll do restore. I always like showing off things on my on Sundays though. I think it's a bit of the fun to Sundays. You never know what's going to show up for Sundays. It's always some different kind of game. So if I get rich, I'm helping you all stop working for at least 5 years so you can enjoy your time. Is this just more bribery? Bro, it's not boring. What the game is a boring or anime? This life and what? Bro, this is boring. I need something exciting. I'm trying to read my notes at the same time. What's with it, you juggling orbs next Sunday? I don't want to juggle orbs and read through my notes at the same time. I feel like that's not conducive to anything. What? Why would I be doing that? What anime is the topic, if I may ask? It's the title of the stream, which is Shinsekai Yori, aka From the New World. And we're going over episodes 6 to 12 today, which is, well, some of the most exciting ones that I think, anyway. Chat, let's rob a bank. Not even related. Did you watch it? I think he's, well, maybe Dragon and Dojo Mama. I would recommend it. It's a fantasy slash mystery paranormal whatever, because it's hard to qualify since there are so many different things, and it focuses a lot on like a post-apocalyptic setting. It's really, really good. I super duper suggest it. It's probably one of my favorite anime of all time. Come to my house and juggle my house goblins orbs, please, Auger. They're made out of good fine crystal. I would probably drop them. I can use a levitation spell on them, like telekinesis, but that is way different. Enter a swinger club with a sign on saying you're free for all and put a blindfold on. That should be exciting. What are you? No! It's really good. It's been a long time I liked an anime this much. It is insanely good. Again, I'm going to reiterate it. It is one of the few animes that just does not get enough of the recognition that it deserves. It is amazing. It is so good. I really, really enjoy Shinsekai Yori, and I really feel like, if anything, I feel like it needs more recognition. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'll check it out. That sounds interesting. Yeah, but I'm worried now because I'm going through some of the episodes, although I will be talking about some of the mysteries and solving it, if that's an issue to you. We're talking about episode 9, and I'm going to be going to 12, but in total there are 25 episodes, so next week we're going to be discussing episode 12 to 18, and then we're going to be going to 18 to 24, or 25. So I'll check it out. That sounds interesting. I did finish Madoka Magical Girl after your last AniManga thing, and I really enjoyed it. I'll step out then, don't worry. Yes, but feel free to join back once I swap to Rimworld, because then you'll know that I've at least stopped discussion then. So is Dojo Mama in Discord? No, he's not in the Discord, I don't think so at least. But we're doing all of the votes and everything there, so if you ever want to drop by and like discuss things in the Discord, that exists too. Yeah, so after episode 9, we're on Radio. Yes, feel free to. Oh, did you make an executive decision to just continue Shinsekai? Yes, sort of. Mostly because it is not 2 seasons. It is technically a combined one, so it doesn't make sense to stop it. So it didn't really, you know, finish at a good point. But also, it's my favorite anime of all time. This is probably going to be one of the few times I ever make an executive decision. I'm honestly, like, very much a democratic person, so I try not to make any kind of executive decisions. Ew, Madoka Magica? What do you mean, ew? Madoka Magica is crazy good. Maybe I shall join Discord? Feel free to. It's not like a requirement, but we do have discussions, polls for what we watch next, and discussion about it, as well as like some of the events and some announcements that I make for streams and so on. So don't worry if you don't feel like it. I try to make like all my social medias clear, and I try to announce things at the beginning of streams as well. So it's I really, really love Shinsekai Yori. And I also, just to point out, because I'm seeing all of these comments here, I do also really enjoy Madoka Magica. It's all really good. You're a dictator? I'm not a dictator. I only dictate what's good and what's bad, okay? And Shinsekai Yori is good. So, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Seems like you never... It's not a... What? Not about lusting? What are you talking about? Nah, try gushing over magical girls? Magical girls are just cool. Madoka Magica is a really good one. It's such a subversion to the entire genre. It's really good for what it does. So, because it gives birdie vibes? What? Birdie vibes? Okay. Anyways, I'll talk about episode 10. So, on episode 10, Saki encounters a copycat which lunges at her neck, but she's already saved by the collar that Shun gave her. Saki eventually walks far enough into the forest that she encounters Shun, who tells her to leave but refuses. Shun explains that the human heart is so easily poisoned, a cantus simultaneously acts and conceives as it is used. Attempted to be controlled by hypnosis and mantras, the subconsciousness leaks through anyways and changes the world. He explains that the holy barriers around the villages are meant to contain the kantai, not to keep out the monsters, and that the Minoshiro are likely a derivative of sea slugs that were mutated by their kantai. That is how they also managed to obtain the information about them, because the kantai bring with it information that allows them to learn of the world. Shun also says that he was given a book by Saki's mother that explains the process of turning into a karma demon, and that he added his name to the list and is recording his entire process of becoming one. Saki asks if he turned into a karma demon because she didn't perform the ritual properly, but Shun only says that she should not blame herself for any of it or any of what happened. Subaru, however, Shun's dog, dies in that moment trying to protect him as a copycat crashes through, attempting to attack Shun. Shun then decides that he was too hesitant about his actions up until that point, and that now he will unfortunately kill himself via ingesting all of the poison. However, ingesting that poison doesn't work, so he said he'll do it himself, and confesses his love for Saki before ending it all and ending the episode. Oh my gosh. It's such a crazy good episode as well. Episode 9 and 10, nuts. Episode 9 and 10 are such peak whenever it comes to how Shinsekai Yori decides to characterize, well, obviously all of its characters, but even just the small instances of trying to portray Shun as having humanity. I don't know if you guys noticed whatsoever, but Shun gradually throughout the episode, and you have multiple tells throughout the episode of what exactly is going on, that you can see him beginning to kind of control or use more and more mothballs is what they're called, and they're the small little like marbles that are around the entire like room or whatever that he's in. He begins to control more and more throughout the episode, and that's how you can tell that things are becoming worse for him, or that things are, well, progressing in terms of his transformation into a karma demon. So I think there, and you don't notice this in the beginning of the anime, or you might not notice this as the anime progresses, but you can see his thinking all the way through. You notice it in both of his glances whenever he's in the classroom, you notice it whenever he's going on the school field trip, how he's not fazed by the Minoshiro, or how he's not fazed by some of the violence. You can notice it whenever he's in the campfire once again, or by the campfire whenever Saki was returning his cantus. There are so many instances that you see up until the 10th episode. The 10th episode, there are so many hints. It is crazy. It is crazy how good the anime does at its job of trying to like explain and foreshadow and give in to some of the mysteries. Really, really good. Okay, let's see what some of your comments are. I know what kind of person you are. Okay, I'll try find. Hello, Louis Lavallama. Welcome. Well, I do like MMA fights in UFC. Well, there are a bunch of fights in Madoka Magica. I actually haven't played this game. What is the basic rundown? This is kind of like a, if you imagine a standard roguelike deck builder, then you decide to make those cards into dice. That's kind of what you end up with. So we can take a look in a moment. Actually, let me do this. Whenever I save, no, I'll add a mini crossbow. So we've got all of our dice here, and this is what all of the sides look like. I can add items to change how they look. So instead, maybe I change this to an attack, or maybe I change this one to an attack. It's basically like creating every single one of these into cards, and then deciding how likely am I to roll one of them. I've got a couple of rerolls per turn, and you try to create the best quote deck quote end quote possible to try and beat the dungeon. It's a linear dungeon crawler, but it's also for mobile. Surprisingly, it's really good. Also, D6 added the strike. The person has to be obnoxious to Auger and everyone else for 15 minutes. Okay, I'll write that one down, D6. Be completely obnoxious to Auger for 15 minutes. Okay, there we go. I've added now, so let's see. I also noticed a small thing, but I'll get to that one whenever we discuss episode 12. Yeah. I'm curious. I'm curious then to see. But what did you guys think about episode 10? It is, honestly, again, it is like a pinnacle of the series. Episode 9 and 10 are really good, but we are going to be watching a lot more, how do I put this? We're going to be watching a lot more insane episodes, is the nicest way I can put it. We'll be seeing a lot more of that coming up. There are some really, really insane episodes, and I think we get to see a couple of them, right? So, I think we'll continue. Mistype obnoxiously. Oh, okay. To be complete... Wait, was that what you said? The person has to be obnoxiously... Mistype obnoxiously. Okay. Has to mistype obnoxiously. Okay, here we go. So you like screaming for 15 episodes for a 30-second exchange before they scream again for another 30 more episodes. I mean, guys, can we talk about Shinsekai Yori? I know you guys are enjoying the the discussion on Dragon Ball, but Please. We also have that. No worries, no worries. I'm being a little bit facetious, but at the same time, we're discussing Shinsekai Yori, so we can talk about this after. We can talk about this after, I think. There's always time for this. And that is episode 10. I think the death scene of Shun was... It was honestly shocking, as Kaimana put out earlier as a comment. It is crazy that, like, so early on into the show, they were just willing to, like, oh yeah, by the way, this character just dies. This character, one of the main characters, just dead. They don't survive whatsoever. And they also just never show up again. That's it. Bye-bye. So we never get to see Shun, or at least we haven't thus far. So yeah, the poor dog, how he... Yeah, again, the poor dog, how he mutated and dies. I think that goes to show, however, it is such a nice, like, heartwarming scene to see how much Subaru, aka Shun's dog, cares in that case. I think it's really sweet. I think it's really sweet how Subaru was able to even just, like, exchange a couple of blows with the copycat, but oh my gosh, what a sad scene to see Subaru get bitten and die to one of the copycats. I feel bad for suspecting him. See, that's why I was curious. Why did you suspect Shun in the first place, Kaimana? Like, what reason did you have for it? I don't feel like Shun had done anything to warrant any kind of suspicion, you know? He's not really done anything to do that, but did you feel like he gave off some kind of impression? He was too perfect. I can kind of see that, but at the same time, I don't feel like he had done anything to warrant it too much, per se. He had been doing his best or whatever, but he also wasn't really trying to show off. It's always the perfect people who turn out to be horrible. Maybe. I don't know if that's always the case, but, like, very, very often. Subaru, you mean like Natsuki Subaru from ReZero? No, Subaru as in Shun's dog. They share the same name in Shinsekai Yori. It's a completely different thing. Yeah, exactly. No, from Shinsekai Yori. Yep. Let's see. So, then we go on to episode 11. Gosh, there are so many things that happen. It's kind of hard to encompass just how much. So, this is why, like, some of my notes are really simple. Some of my notes are just like, oh yeah, this and this happens, this and this happens. And that's about it. Nice, good job, and have a great day. So, are we talking about Shinsekai Yori the whole time? I mean, most of it, right? I still haven't gone through most of it. We're only on episode 11 out of 12 to talk about. So I'll go through this, and then at the end of it, once I've gone through some of the episode recaps and our thoughts as we watched all of it, then I will be discussing different things, and also playing Rimworld, and also doling out strikes. So do not fret, Mr. Brown. Do not fret. We are talking about Shinsekai Yori the whole time. Oh, yes. Sorry. Are we talking about Shinsekai Yori the whole day? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I misread that. That was my bad. No, I was responding to Kirigami that we're talking about Shinsekai Yori the whole time. Yeah. No, I was reading through things so fast that I kind of missed that. On to episode 11, however. The episode starts with a new character, Ryo, with Saki not knowing who he is, but Maria saying he's always been a part of Group 1. Ryo says he's been watching Saki since summer camp, but Saki isn't really sure because that didn't happen to her. Try as she might, Saki doesn't remember Shun's face at all, but Shun's voice says that she should remember his face even if not his name. He tells her to look in the mirror of a gravestone, saying that she'll understand, but Saki wakes up sobbing and looks for a mirror in her storage. Upon finding it, she finds the determination to confront Ryo about summer camp, but remembers nothing about Rijin or the advice that she received, aka Saki, from Shun, not looking into the fire which might blind her at night. The group then compares memories, but also finds that their memory of Pinewind is gone, which is where Shun grew up and where he lived. After reaching Pinewind upon coming to this realization, which is now named Wither Tree, they compare why their group was meant to be 6 with the other groups that are 6, but has only ever had 4 in their memories before Ryo joined when they were 14, which doesn't make sense because, as they know, due to how their society is built up, Groups are formed in 6 and are established as early on as joining high school or even middle school, which is referred to as something different. I forgot the notes for that. However, before they can finish discussing any of this, Mamoru screams about violating the code of ethics and says that they shouldn't investigate anything anymore. After they get home, Maria says that maybe they shouldn't stir up any more trouble either, and explains that Saki is much stronger than them all, and that people like Mamoru can't help or bear with it because a group is only as strong as the weakest link. So, let's see. Wait, where were you talking about? Yeah, you're reading it wrong. No, I was responding, yep, bro, I just searched it up on YouTube and the first thing I got was kissing men. What? Why did that scene become the first one? Nah, now I'm definitely not watching it. You'd give up on Peak just because you're worried about boys? I mean, I don't know. Sounds like a bit of an issue for you, Kirigami. It's just one short scene. Yeah, it's a short scene. It's also, as said, like a psychological experiment that they found as a way to best repress people from wanting to harm each other by replicating the societies and group or structures of bonobo apes, because their kantai can go out of control, and once they begin to have malicious thoughts, then they begin to want to manifest that in the world, which then results in more monsters and more deaths, etc. So the way that they try to go about this is by forming societies of bonobo apes, or at least replicating or emulating it in a way that prevents them from wanting to go insane or murder someone, you know? Because their kantai can act upon the subconscious, so they have to try and be conscious via hypnosis, in control of their kantai all the time. I mean, YouTube does use your search history to come up with what it recommends, even in search. That's true! That's true! Granted, way too much animated tongue scene. That is also true, right? Because watching it might... Nice one, Kaimana. If you think about it, it's actually more masculine to kiss a man than a woman. I think it's just like that whole, what's it called? Baki the Grappler or whatever it was. The whole scene with Yujiro saying that he doesn't see having intercourse with a man as gay or anything like that because all men are too female compared to him, so he sees every living thing as a woman instead. That's how masculine he is. Maybe you can justify that instead, you know? Mamoru was so annoying the whole time. I have to say, Mamoru is really annoying. Mamoru was not one of my liked characters whatsoever. He complains a lot of the time. He's meant to be a representation of someone that deals with like anxiety or worries about the future and about being put in a situation like that. But due to how everything plays out, oh my gosh, there are so many moments where Mamoru just like shuts down the entire conversation and just cannot be included. And that's one of the notes that I have because I have watched ahead. That's one of the notes that I have, and I might remember to bring up, but close your ears for the next, like, 20 seconds while I say this. Mamoru admits that people keep secrets from him because they know he can't deal with the truth, and then he's upset about it, but in that exact moment, he hears the truth, and he cannot deal with it, and then he's also upset. So he's upset regardless of what happens. I do not like Mamoru. He does not make sense. I don't like him. He's very much of a crybaby and everything like that. Reminds me of the times when the anime wasn't popular and full of LARPers, then most people would find it weird and judge and bully us. I mean, yeah, that is very much how early days anime was. I mean, it's still somewhat the case in some places, you know? So, yeah, Mamoru is cute, but he really annoys me. Yeah, I can get that. Not the cute part, but he is annoying. I need motivational fights, not smooches. There are a whole bunch of fights. Well, okay. I won't spoil anything, but Shinsekai Yori is like a dark psychological horror. It's not a traditional horror in the sense where like things are jumping and going like out of the screen and like attacking you, but it is a psychological horror because it's meant to play on the fears of like, oh, what does it mean for a cantus to feed off of your subconscious, and what does it mean for it to manifest into the horrors or to warp the world around you, which is why Shun, one of his biggest punishments was warping his dog and being left alone to die in isolation. He blew up his entire house, killing his friends, killing his family, and everything like that. And then he was sent to live a life of solitude until eventually he decided that the best way to resolve things was to end himself before things became too bad. It is a psychological horror that plays into all of these aspects of the fickleness of human nature, and as how Shun put it, it is how easily humans are poisoned by their own subconscious or the things that happen to them. Literally not what the whole anime is about. Yeah, it's I think maybe 20 seconds at most. I think there are only 20 seconds at most that kissing happens in this entire show, so I'm not sure. Bro, it happened inside my dreams years ago? What are you talking about? There's kissing inside your dreams? All the characters named Mamoru are immediately sus calling a character to protect as sus AF. True! True! I will not be indulging anymore, but anyways, Mamoru is sometimes cute and shy, but a bother to the team. So much of a crybaby, he really is. I think that one of the main issues is, again, like, it's reiterated, right? It's reiterated through multiple episodes that one of the main reasons why they even go about this is that there are the weakest links to the group, but I do also feel like Mamoru is just too much of a weak link. Like, if we're being real about the situation, he doesn't know what to do with himself. He just kind of sucks each time. Hello, Solstix. Welcome. Welcome. So you're saying Mamoru, but no, I was not saying that. I was not saying that, Helios. But, well, you said it, not me. So, oh, actually, I should have done, like, this, and then I can get rid of him this turn. There we go. Now he's removed, at least from next turn onwards. Kirigami is here. Yeah, Kirigami is here, so... let's see. Oh, I got one psychological horror for you all. It's Berserk. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think all of us have read or watched Berserk to some extent. I mean, I don't know. I've at least read and watched it. I've also seen some of the movies. I've seen a lot of Berserk. But I don't know if I'd consider a psychological horror in the same way that I would Shinsekai Yori. Mostly because Berserk is is more like grimdark fantasy. It's very much grimdark fantasy to an extent of which, like, okay, well, is that even scary at this point? I don't think it's scary in the same sense. I also don't think it's, like, more beyond that. So I'm not sure I'd agree with Berserk being a psychological horror. Yeah, I think it's grimdark in that sense. Not me. Brown, check Discord. You'll see something amazing. Wait, what? Brown will see something amazing? What is this about? But yes, what did you all think about episode 11? I think episode 11 is really cool because you get to see how their society kind of works. We live in a society, with everything, right? Like, for instance, the fact that Ryo was kind of revealed to not even be a part of the group, how they decide to go about revealing this to them, and how they try to, like, justify it. I don't know, it gives you an idea on how the ethics committee in Shinsekai Yori decides to try and hide the past. It was very amazing. Oh, what? You guys are keeping this from me? For what purpose? So, I don't know. I really like finding the mysteries in Shinsekai Yori. Just, oh, they decided to try and introduce Ryo, but also, I'm not entirely sure if Ryo was ever a character before that point, or if we saw him in the background. Because that's actually one thing now that I'm thinking about that I haven't paid attention to. Because sometimes you're able to spot characters in the background that you eventually lose track or sight of. But also, episode 11 is like a bit of an allusion to how people forget about others or their friends up until that point, because they've shown that, yes, now via this we have a confirmation that hypnosis is used as a way to try and confirm or whatever that, oh, this is happening to this and them and blah blah blah, right? But one of the things as well is that Shinsekai Yori attempts to use, or not attempts, it does use these, like, brainwashing ways as a means or a vehicle of showing how they forget about characters. And also, I don't know if any of you noticed, but during some of the episodes, for only like a second or two, there is a name flashed on screen where they stamp the name. If you have not noticed, those are the people that have gone missing. I think this shows up on episodes 8 and 2. You might have noticed them, but those class registers where they stamped the name, one of them was Aonuma Shun, but we've seen it happen 3 times. Who are those other 2 names? I'm not gonna tell you, but they are related to some of the mysteries. So, we've actually had foreshadowing of this happening before already, which is really cool. Again, I really love all of the mysteries in Shinsekai Yori, and the fact that we are able to see some of these happen even in the earlier episodes already. Really, really cool. It was a picture SpongeBob? What? It was a picture SpongeBob? Why are you calling me SpongeBob? I bet it's a drawing of you fat and bald. I don't think that's it. Yeah, I was first confused who Ryo is. I don't think he was ever there until Shun's death. Then I was realizing, oh wait, yeah, he was never there. It's like Shun's replacement. Yes, exactly. He's there to replace Shun's, to make sure that they don't remember him, or they try to replace the memories of him so that they don't suspect anything. That is exactly what it is. So it's really cool. It's really cool, and it shows just how far embedded all of, like, the brainwashing is performed in their society. A very cool way of going about it, and how they decide to prevent people from going insane or, like, having their kantai go out of control. They decide that one of the best ways to go about this is to prevent them from having any kind of negative memories at all. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I want to watch the rest already. Well, you just have to hold your horses. Hold your horses. Instead of going every new entry, we should continue with the Chaos Head franchise. Oh wait, instead of going new genres, we should continue with the Chaos Head franchise. I don't know if we continue with the Chaos Head franchise. They are pretty cool, but still, Chaos Head is also a very confusing one, but depending on if we're going with the light novel, that would also determine a couple of things, wouldn't you think? So, and when they were, like, questioning their past, their eyes switched with Ryo in episode 12. It was a cool little detail in the eye twitching. Yes, exactly. In some of the classroom scenes, whenever you see Ryo in the background, they're like, oh, why do you associate with one of the other groups instead of our own? That's, like, an entire aspect of their, like, friendship or relationships that are, well, it's explained via implied explanations. You know, it's never really expressed directly or explicitly that the reason why Ryo never really hangs out with their group was because he was never a part of it to begin with. And that's even something that Saki questions. Like, how do you know? Let's see. I love science adventure. Just saying it for others. Have you watched Robotics Notes? Yep. I don't remember his eye twitching. Oh, maybe you didn't notice then. I'm not into robot anime, but this one was pretty good. I like science or Robotics Notes. I don't know exactly if it was, like, amazing, but it was a long time ago that I did watch it. Sorry for the sidetracking. No worries. I'm just reading through everyone's messages. Why watch sci-fi if I love science fiction? Whoa. Maybe you like fiction, just in general. If you like both science and fiction, but also science fiction, but not necessarily sci-fi. You know what I'm saying? So I think in this episode, really cool way of, like, giving a bit of insight. And as said, there are mysteries to some of the episodes. Again, the names showing up on at the beginning of the episode on screen for, like, a second or two that you just have to see and be like, oh, you just clock it immediately. Shun was crossed out there because those are the people whose memories they've erased from everyone. And also how they decided to change Pinewind to Witherwood instead, to try and represent, well, the withered tree where Shun's house was. So instead of renaming or deleting that place of the map from their memories entirely, they decided it was easier. So you can see, with two important events that they have chosen for a landmark, that they have to rename it something else, because you can't remove all traces of a village. And with a person, they've decided to use a stand-in or a replacement for it in order to try and convince people. But one of the questions I think you should all ask yourselves as one of the mysteries, why was Ryo not questioning it whatsoever when he was moved from one group to another? Isn't that a little bit strange? Yeah, not really, but I still want to read or watch it. Now this reminds me of Kokoro Connect, which also no one ever talks about. I'm not too sure. Auger should play Hotline Miami. It's a peak pixel style game. I have played a bit of Hotline Miami. I think I played the first one, and that was about it. I do like it. Also, the music. See, that one? Really good. Yeah, like it. Love it. Then we move on to episode 12, and this is going to be the last one, and then we're going to talk about all of your thoughts and what you felt about it. The second one is better in music. Is it really? Okay, I never really played the second one much. Satoru's grandma says that Saki is fit to take her place as the head of the ethics committee, and because she scores high as a leader and on the personality index. It's called the Fox and the Henhouse syndrome because they believe that fiends experience endorphins from killing humans that cannot fight back. After the case of Boy K, the boy fiend, the Ethics and Education Committee agreed to take out any potential threats. The Board of Education is given the power of disposal over a child until their 17th birthday, as they find that waiting 3 months is too much of an opportunity for fiends and karma demons to produce. Tainted cats are selectively bred to remove these potential fiends until they reach this age. It was Kutegawa Izumi who proved the ethics committee wrong that the effect of bad spill, aka the ability to pollute the environment, could kill all farm animals and even destroy human DNA within her vicinity because she suffered from the Hashimoto Applebaum syndrome and became a karma demon. So, it is not dependent solely on personality, but also dependent on one's cantus as a means of subconsciously affecting and therefore polluting the environment. Saki then asks to receive her memory of Shun, but her grandma, aka Satoru's grandma, says that the memory would be too traumatic for her, and eventually that people would suffer as a result of her knowing, because if Saki knows, then her friends would know, and she might tell someone else, and it's unsure if her cantus could take the blow that knowing about Shun would deal. As such, Satoru's mother, or grandmother, then reiterates that a chain, or a group in this case, is only as strong as its weakest link. That's why, she says, Saki must succeed her. In winter, however, the episode flashes forward into, I think, a couple months, I think it's the same year, that Mamoru has gone missing. Saki, Satoru, and Maria then get together, having deceived Ryo that they're doing a study on snowflakes instead, to look for Mamoru. And that is the end of episode 12, and where we end the recap of episodes for this week. So, I know that was a lot. But what did you all think about all of the episodes thus far? I really like it, okay? I know I've said this a gorillion times. However, I do think that Shinsekai Yori is probably one of my favorites, not only because of all of the, like, psychological aspects that it gets into, but also just because, like, there are so many cool things that it brings into question about, like, how they decide to make up hypnosis suggestions with both the Cantus, with Rijin, how they get rid of students, how they've decided to circumvent the creation of fiends and karma demons, how they've got, like, their own methodology to the creation of karma demons, and how they decide to confront or deal with fiends. Because as we saw in episode 12, which is largely, or by and large, a recap and a flashback episode as to how they come about, we see that karma demons are always a cause of some kind of trauma, but Fox and the Henhouse syndrome, aka the creation of a fiend, implies that there is a certain level of enjoyment or pleasure that someone must get out of being able to enjoy the murder of someone before anything can be done, right? So by this, I mean that they produce endorphins, which means that they produce an enjoyment for killing, in which case they lose the ability for death feedback because now it's no longer seen as a fearful thing, which we've seen is a mantra slash hypnosis slash induction where they try to make people fear the murder of others in order to prevent them from killing. But fiends, as we see, don't have this because they gain endorphins or some kind of exhilaration from killing people. So they bypass that completely. But as said, the distinction is that karma demons, for whatever reason, have undergone something traumatic. Even if they don't will it, even if they fear killing someone, their cantus leaks out and they are unable to control it, as we saw with one of the cases. Yes, it's very interesting. You win, I'll watch it. I hope you enjoy it. It is so good. It is so good. Yes, it's a win. Watch it. It's so good. True. I know I'm leaning a bit far, but the window with this one, I feel like there should be a lot of parallels to Promised Neverland, which is just written much worse. I've read it. I know that Promised Neverland, it was pretty good in the beginning, but I didn't so much like everything beyond that once they got out of there, because it felt less like it was about mind games and about everything like that, and instead became just like surviving and taking down demons, which I don't feel like was the premise of it. I don't think Promised Neverland World is worse. Isn't like half of it normal? No, it's human farms that are normal. Okay, at first I thought the adults were all bumholes, but I understand them now, knowing more about the world and their history. Exactly, right? And that's the thing. They reiterate multiple times, like, it is terrifying. it is terrifying to not know if a child one day is going to turn into a complete monster. Like, there is nothing that they can do as a result of it or by consequence of it, because if a child turns into a karma demon or a fiend, that is everyone gone. You can't do anything about it. A karma demon will warp the world around them without even meaning to, killing everyone in their wake without meaning to. Because again, we saw Shun. He killed his parents. He killed his mother. He killed his friends. He killed his father. He destroyed his whole town. His entire village is completely gone, all because he had a mental breakdown at one point. And even the egg that he was using for one of his school projects, completely destroyed. And the reason it was corrupted from the inside and why we saw one of the eyes pop out of it was because he had corrupted the being in it, which showed that he had already began to pollute things within his vicinity. It is a really cool way to display that. And the reason why the ethics committee as well as the education committee, the academic committee is so geared towards wanting to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again is because, well, I mean, we can see for ourselves there are a lot of instances where there's just everyone is doing some kind or making up some kind of issue. Some kid is going insane. Some kind of queer rat is causing issues. Someone turns into a fiend and just goes on a rampage through all of the villages. And I remember writing down at some points, this is not so much of a spoiler, but it is mentioned in an episode that, wait, I think I wrote down the population. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Did I not write down the population? No, maybe I didn't. Okay. Off the top of my head, I think that they said all of Japan's population had been reduced to approximately, was it 38,000 people, or was it like 60,000 people across the entirety of Japan? Which is an insane amount in terms of reduction, just because fiends and karma demons kept killing everyone. Like, from the amount of destruction that they caused, they said that they have the potential, or even more potential, than a nuclear bomb. Because all you need is one of them to just be sustained off of food and have an enjoyment for killing, and they would walk around endlessly until they kill everyone in their sight. So, in this one, the whole world goes through such a thing, and only small numbers of people remain, and they all live under this surveillance. Yeah, and they can change your memories even. Yeah, it's somewhat similar in that sense, but like the human farm difference with Promised Neverland is that the human farm is focused entirely on like raising kids, and then after a certain age, they're sent to demons to be eaten. But in this, you can still grow up to become an adult. You can still do all of that. It's just, are you likely to? Or will you actually turn into a demon yourself? For a bit on Sunday, you should play a fake game until someone notices. What do you mean a fake game? You mean just like make something up? That would be pretty funny. But yeah, I really like Shinsekai Yori. I know I keep saying this, but it's really good. I super suggest it. And just getting to see how the adults react to some of the circumstances. Like, imagine this. If you've pictured the entire story up until this point, imagine you're a part of the ethics committee or the academic committee, and you see this one group that is like not only found forbidden knowledge via the Minoshiros and begun to interrogate it, but they have also had their kantas sealed or their kantai sealed. And then they somehow figure out how to undo that sealing. One of them turns into a karma demon, and one of them is on the verge of mental breakdown, aka Mamoru. That is a crazy situation to be put in. And not only because one of them was a prodigy. Again, Shun was described as being able to supersede the genius or prodigy Kaburagi Shisei, or Shisei Kaburagi. He is like the strongest kantas user that they know of, and they are fearing for their lives. Like, oh my gosh, we've got someone who is considered the best ethics committee candidate, someone who is a prodigy, someone who's losing their mind and is incredibly weak, and then kind of two normal kids with Satoru and Maria. However, you can argue that with Satoru, he is a little bit bloodthirsty. You saw in one of the scenes, as soon as he got his kantas back, he was doing nothing but loving to kill all the queer rats whenever he got his kantas back, because he was like, I don't like you anymore. And he decided to go on a bit of a rampage. So there are more than a few instances where we've had like a couple cases of like, if you look at this from the perspective of the adults, yeah, it makes sense why they fiend for their lives, or why they fear for their lives. Yeah, fiending for their lives as well. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, I believe. But yeah, what were all of your thoughts? What do you think about some of the characters? What do you think are some of your favorite themes? And who do you dislike the most thus far? I feel like it's a little bit difficult to pick out who you dislike most because I can think of one very clear answer. But whenever it comes to like your second choice, that I'm curious of. Because at least for me, I don't like Squealer. I think Squealer sucks. But, and I see Kaimana has said Mamoru. I don't think Mamoru sucks horribly, at least not as bad as he could, right? I think Squealer really, really sucks. But Mamoru, he's a bit of a nuisance more than he is like a problem, right? However, Squealer, he's up to something. Don't we all think he's up to something? Saki and Maria should have stayed a couple only forever. Yeah, I would have agreed with that. Yeah, Squealer, he's so suspicious. He is a nuisance. More than a nuisance, he's like actively detrimental is what he feels like. Posted that the vibe cap, so I had to drink tea a little bit as well. Squealer is a drinks tea. What is he? What is he exactly, Mr. Brown? WTF? Okay, come on. I was just drinking my tea. Who's actively detrimental? Squealer. Squealer is actively detrimental. He's one of the characters that I hate the most. He's so suspicious. Why am I even asking? It can only be Kaimana. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but big gulp. Yeah. True. Kaimana is just ... Do you have any opinions or thoughts on it so far, Helios, or what do you think about it? As well, I feel like... I don't know. I feel like there are a couple of instances where there are some evil characters. Not like overly evil, right? Not overly evil. There are a couple of evil characters that show up and that exist in the show, but I don't think some of them are all that bad. So I would have to put Squealer. Then I might say... Oh... Who do I dislike second most? It's such a difficult question because Squealer could easily fit in there. I could see myself disliking Ryo just because he's had his memories implanted, but it's not really his fault. Which makes me think Mamoru, because he's kind of annoying and always is afraid of like anything and everything going wrong, which I dislike. But then again, he's just afraid because he doesn't want to die. And I get not wanting to die. In a world where you could be cast out and be murdered by queerats or anything else, I think that's a little bit fearful. Like I know why he's afraid to go against the academic and ethics committee. So I don't feel like he's unreasonable for that. I'm thoroughly enjoying the mystery part because, well, I enjoy mysteries in general, and I will see what I think once all the plot twists have happened and how the mystery has unraveled. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think it's wrong to hold judgment from it. I just think as well, it's actually I can see holding judgment for now. But I do think that there are some very cool mysteries that I'd like to hear your thoughts on nonetheless. Just because, at least in my opinion, right? At least in my opinion, some of the mysteries, I'm curious if you guys have caught on to them before I've been able to discuss them, because there are some things that I'm not talking about because I want to be able to hear what you think. And if you spotted them, because I already know what mysteries happen, or if there are anything that sticks out more prominently to you than what I did, or what I saw during my first until like 7th watch through. Because there are so many topics that one could go over. I feel like you can have the entire discussion about, well, what does it mean to have, like, does this work? Oh, it does work, apparently. Yeah. What does it mean to have a society formed entirely around hypnotizing the people or the kids and children of it? What does it mean for this society to be based off of, like, research experiments and that people are actively tested on still in order to figure out what's best for the society? And I feel like there are a bunch of instances with this that you could make some kind of argument for, oh, well, it makes sense because wouldn't you also fear for your life if you were stuck in a situation like this? And yeah, you could fear for your life. However, I do also think that, at least when it comes to this, maybe a result of them going through all of these psychological experiments and then figuring out that they're being put through these psychological experiments is what drives them to go insane or do these things in the first place. And you might be thinking, well, that's probably not the case, but have we ever looked into how the pollution of Kantai affects the world around them, but somehow, how come it hasn't affected other humans yet? Have you guys considered something like that? I don't know, but there are more mysteries. There are a bunch of mysteries like that. And you do get answers to some of these. So what do you mean? I'm not going to tell you. Kaimana, if you don't get it, that's too bad. We love mysteries. Yeah, it's true. Okay, Kaimana, I'll say this for you again. If we know that Kantai can leak and pollute and warp the fauna and animals around them, how come we've not seen any humans be warped or manipulated or changed by it either? Isn't that strange? I'm not sure. But also, what happens with all of the kids that go missing? And what about the rest of the world after the Golden Age ended? Maybe there are a couple of things about the copycats that we still haven't learnt of. Maybe there are a couple of things about the inner courtyard that we've yet to figure out. Maybe there are a couple of things about Urijin and his origins to the temple that we still have yet to figure out. Maybe there are a couple of things about Kantai and their true purpose as how they came about that still aren't answered. I have one theory, which is what I saw in a harem action slop anime. What? What is your theory? I'm so curious to hear this now, man. What do you mean? Maybe copycats are the missing kids? I'm not gonna tell you what it is. But I would like you to consider some of these mysteries that have yet to have been revealed. I'm not going to give answers until we get to the end of it, but there are a lot of different things that the show attempts to, like, kind of explain and to it really, I don't want to say it like pokes at it, but it really tries to get you to think about why these things even happened in the first place. You know, there are a bunch of instances like this where it's trying to sort of teach you, sort of tell you what's going on without explicitly doing so. For instance, some of these mysteries lead to answers as to why things happen in the anime. I'm gonna go to sleep now, though. Good night. Wait! What? You're leaving? You're leaving already? It's not even the end of stream. I haven't even dolen out your punishment yet. You've not even had your punishment yet. What? You've still got a strike. I'm sorry? I don't know if you're sorry enough. If you don't accept your strike today, I'm gonna be giving you a second strike. I'm sleepy. I didn't get to sleep much yesterday. What? Oh my gosh. What do you all think? Should Kaimana get a second strike for this? I'm not sure. Let Kaimana sleep, Max. Hello, Disco. Mixed. Try to have to try. Oops. Gosh, I accidentally clicked on Mr. Brown's name. Have to try and draw Aug. Try to actually be good, not joking. Oh, true. I'll stay fine, but my eyes will be closed so stream can scream Kai to wake me up. Okay, I'll add that punishment as well. That's a pretty good one. Actually, try to draw me, but like for real, no cap. And that was a 1 strike? Yeah, that was a 1 strike. We can put it in here. Okay, I'm adding that one. Here we go. And then we can do there. Okay, so I've added it to the correct category and column. Okay. Now, however, let me describe it this way. In that harem action slop, there's a war between two factions, humans and monsters, and the MCs are a part of the humans. As the story goes on, they question whether they are even fighting, and you see hints of them being controlled by higher-ups as some of their fellow students / soldiers disappear or die. The monster army seems to be getting stronger and stronger. Well, I won't say anything explicitly, but there are quite a few instances where certain things happen. And also we do get an answer. We do eventually get an answer to some of these things that happen as well. What's this YouTube link? Also, I'll begin booting up Rimworld in the meanwhile. Stupid idiot frog fighting. Or frogs fighting. What is this? True. They're not much fighting as they are like basilisks from Dark Souls 2 chilling in the pond. Oh, never mind. There they go at it. Never mind. There they go. 4 million views? Oh my goodness. In the end, it turns out that the higher-ups put an illusion spell on the world / battlefield, which only makes the enemy army seem like monsters. Oh. That is a very interesting theory. They're also... yeah. That is an interesting theory. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious in that sense. Also, let me save. Game saves automatically. This button does nothing. Okay. Nice. I'm glad this game decides like, oh yeah, the game saves automatically. Nice. I'll keep that in mind. Why is the save button even there then? Okay, let's swap back to my title, and I will begin dishing out a couple of punishments in that case. So, we swapped after to this, or we're swapping to this, after having been shown what the world is actually like. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's always like a bit of a cool reveal. But you'll get to see. You'll get to see what happens. So, let me... Oh gosh, I didn't make a new scene for this since I swapped or updated my PC. So let me do this. We'll call this a sub app, and then I'll create this for it. So sub app, we're going to... Oh, this is picking up on a window. Okay, so then I'll do this, add a scene. Oh, I'll play the music. We're not ending. We're not ending. That's just why I'm not going to have the timer. So my theory is something along those lines happening here. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to figure out. But I'm very curious to hear all of your thoughts on Shinsekai Yori otherwise. Do you have a favorite character in that case so far? Maria is my favorite character, but also Shisei Kaburagi is one of my favorite characters. He's so cool. He's super duper cool. I really like... Oh, I don't know how I'd rank them. Shun is really cool. Maria is really cool because... I really like how she just cares for everyone in the group and she tries to mediate between them, because I know that, like, Saki is always pressing to figure out mysteries and whatnot, but, like, Maria is one of the few that just keeps everyone together. I do also really like Shisei Kaburagi. The pollution of the environment is just so much of a figment of the illusion falling apart or glitching, which is also why humans don't get polluted. I can neither confirm nor deny. Something like that. Let's see. Strike board is what I'll call this one. And then we'll add a browser source. Strike board browser. And then what's my local host to this? My local host to this is okay, that's. And then we'll change this to an overlay. At least that's my prediction. I'm going to be very curious if I'm not going to say whether or not you're right or wrong, but we'll have to see, cuz I do think that there are some instances in which maybe some stuff lines up. I'm going to have to remove Homoda Hog from the screen, unfortunately. But I will be adding the strike board. So now we can see some of the punishments. We're going to move this up. Oh, actually, I need to crop this out. Oh, wait, I can just change this, can't I? I can change... Can't I? Can't I? Bro. Okay, main app here. Oh, wait, no, I need to add a background. Okay. We'll make the background something like this. I don't know. Maybe, is this a close enough purple? That'll have to do. That'll have to... Okay, whatever. I'll figure out how to customize and design this better for a future stream. I keep, like, re-editing everything and changing stuff around, and oh my gosh, it's... After having to change my computer multiple times in a row, it's just always the same. Okay, so then I'll crop this out, and then I'll crop the top by like 100 pixels. And there we go. And here, we have the strike board now. So, oh, wait, you're seeing some of the punishments. Well. Whoops. Yeah, I just happen to be a little bit scuffed doing this because I'm having to control this through multiple browsers. I wasn't looking. Whatever. Bro, I've been reading more of the new JoJo part, and JoJo lands a new stand appeared. It's two rods like they they form into a vaguely human silhouette. It can just kill anyone brutally, like by tearing them apart with tiny little dots that appear out of it. They call it John Rod. Unironically, it's called John Rod. John Rod? John Rod is doing that? And thank you for diverting attention away from me accidentally showing the punishments. So, first up, and Kaimana, I'll spare you. However, your punishment will be extended into next stream if you've already fallen asleep. Kaimana, wake up! Kaimana, wake up! As soon as you type in the chat. You know what? We can start with D6 first. D6, you have got one punishment today. Why do you have one punishment? Your crime is as follows. Your crime is that you called me Fat Tundell. Yep. That's it. You called me Fat Tundell, and I don't like it. I didn't like that. So, you're getting a punishment. And now, to the strike board. Yep, that's right. That's right. Jeez. Yeah, I called you a diabetic hog or something. That's not even what you said. But now that are you calling me a diabetic hog? Are you saying that now again? I'm curious, D6. What's going on here? You and me? I thought we had like a little bit of master apprentice chemistry going on. What is this about? No, okay. I'm just making sure. Because, you know, something really stuck out to me there, and it seemed a little bit like you were changing calling me Fat Tundell to calling me a diabetic hog. So, I'm just remembering wrong. I'm sure you were. Okay. We will begin with you. So, today, you were going to be picking from the one strike board. C3. This dude is gonna pick from C3. Oh, what could C3 be? Your punishment is going to be... Wait. Oh, wait, no, it didn't update. Sorry, I'm just looking at the answers here. I need to refresh the page on OBS, because apparently it didn't update. Here we go. All right. Refresh. There we go. Now it should have changed. Okay, so your punishment is... Introduce a random minor xenogene. I don't know what it's going to be. But it is going to be a random xenogene. No clue what it's going to be, though. So, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. And if it changes you to be a better person today than who you were tomorrow, than yesterday, than the beginning of last week, with yesterday on the horizon where tomorrow is the present, then that's just how things are going to be. So, random minor xenogene. Well, not overly exciting as some of the other ones, because it is a Rimworld punishment, but that is that one. Is Kaimana here? It doesn't look like it. I think Kaimana closed her eyes for approximately... I think she closed her eyes for approximately 5 to 10 minutes and is currently still asleep. So I wanted to ask Kaimana for a 1v1. However, wins get double the strikes and kill my pawn via the mana potion overdose. What? You want your pawn to risk death? That is kind of crazy. Yell at her loudly to wake up? I don't know how I feel about yelling extremely loudly to wake her up, but I don't know. Maybe something can be arranged. Maybe something can be arranged. I can send her a message. Let's see. Let's see if I get a response to that whatsoever. She deserves it anyway. If she, ooh, geez, stop it! I'm trying to talk here. I'm trying to have a conversation. What I was gonna say is that, do we think that Kaimana should get another strike for missing her strike day today? I don't know. I'm just saying. After missing a strike, it kind of feels like to me that she should get another strike. We can do this as a poll, and we can do this as, should Kaimana get a second strike? Nah, I'd give her a chance to wake up. She's got approximately 10 minutes. She's got approximately 10 minutes until the official part of the stream is over, and by that I just mean like she's official end of the stream of when I would usually end stream, but this time I'm gonna continue stream because I want to play a little bit of Rimworld and I want you guys to play a little bit. Disco should take the strike for her via being the husband. Oh, you're thinking guilty by association. D6, I really like how you handle criminal justice cases. I'm beginning to agree with you. Fiancé so far, so not yet. That's true, they actually haven't married yet. Actually, you guys have been calling each other Rimwife and Rimbund for quite a while now, but your pawns haven't married each other in-game yet. You're not husband and wife, you're just lovers. So, that's yet to happen. Unless you did have a marriage? I'm not sure. Should Kaimana get a second strike? No. Yes, no. Give it to Disco Rimbund. There we go. And you can vote for the next 10 minutes, and I will allow you to spend mana. There we go. What? Yeah? As unfortunate as it is, you're guilty by association. Bro, can we stop talking about this and talk about the political and economic state of the world, because I hang out with other streamers in your age and they're barely like, bro! That's such a doofus reply. Dragon a dojo mama, you're so funny for your age. Being an apprentice and all. You're quite funny. You're quite funny. It's that Jaden. Yeah, I know exactly what you're referencing. Bro! Yeah, I know. Let's see. 1v1 me and whoever wins gets double the strikes. No. No. I've already decided via this poll that you guys are voting on. You better vote for it. Otherwise, we'll never know. We'll never know if Kaimana should get the second strike. It looks like yes is winning, though. It looks like we've got 5 votes for yes. Okay, I'll do my bit someday. You will. You know what? I can incorporate you into one of the punishments at some point. So do not worry. Do not worry. I will give you the opportunity to do something like that. In fact, you can add it as a punishment if you really want to duel someone, D6. If you want, you can set it as a punishment that I can add to the board, which is just, oh yeah, duel D6 in Rimworld. That could be a Rimworld punishment. Actually, there you go. There's a suggestion for you. Add it to the Rimworld category, 1-strike punishment. Duel me for a second strike. Can absolutely do that if you really want to. Because there is the very unlucky, very rare, and somewhat random chance to get a second strike as one of 8 different punishments I have for you. Double or nothing. Yeah, exactly. That's essentially what it's gonna become. However, I'm going to swap over to Rimworld right now. So let me do that. You're so smart. We think the same. We really do. We really do. Okay, let's click and drag this. We'll click and drag this one. You guys just need to let me know. Excuse me, I need to drink some tea again. You guys need to let me know. Oh, wait. Let me turn off the learning helper. And then I can do that. Run in background, developer mode, yes. Learning helper disable. There we go. And then continue. There we go. So now we've continued. Adaptive mode, beacon unusable, yeah. And sorry for calling you fat, I just wanted to strike. No worries. I know that you wanted to test it. And yes, everyone who is here today, you are getting 3,500 silver. You're getting 3,500 silver. Oh wait, actually, I need to double check something. Toolkit stuffs. Connection. Yeah, connection here. Toolkit core. Password. Okay. No, okay. Everything seems fine here. I'm just needing to go through everything again. So we're gonna be limiting a couple of things. There we go. But I need to give you all money again. So give coins. Nice. Why? Because unfortunately I had to reset the game again whenever I told you that I had my Windows 11 issues and it just wasn't working and it corrupted my DaVinci Resolve files. So I had to wipe Windows and reinstall it, which is why I'm giving you guys 3,500 silver as a result of it. So, bro! Yeah, unfortunately. My punishment master. Yeah, don't worry. I'll be giving you guys. So, Mr. Brown... Here we go. Give coin, Mr. Brown. I'd say just don't use Windows. Unfortunately, some of my editing programs and things that I use to code scripts, like streamer bots and whatnot, those are Windows exclusive. But I do have my Linux server PC that I'm currently setting up. So here we go, Mr. Brown. I'm give coins to Solsticks, 3,500. Okay. Yummy. I'm just gonna spend it all before the end of every stream. I promise it's not gonna happen again, Disco. I promise. Give coins. Disco. 3,500. And then we've got give coins. Rotundel. 3,500. Give coins. D6. 3,500. Are we missing anyone? Have I not given you your coins? If not, this is the time to be speaking out about it. This is the time to be speaking out about it. If not, you are losing your chance to get 3,500 extra coins. And if you don't, womp womp. If you don't, womp womp. That's it. That's it. You guys have been given money. Kaimana, she's not present, but you know, she's gonna be really mad at me. Give coins. Kaimana. Here we go. 3,500. Did that work? Nope, she's not in chat. I can't give it to her. What if we team up and just split the 7.5 each? I don't want you guys to do a battle royale and then split the winnings. But yeah, Kaimana is completely checked out of stream, so I cannot give her silver. And she also cannot accrue any more silver, which means there's nada I can do. Did you ping her? Yeah, I did ping her. I also sent her a message on Discord, and just in case, I sent her more than just one message because I was like, you need to wake up to receive your punishment. Also, you need to wake up to receive your silver. She did not wake up for either of those. She's currently conked out, it looks like. And here we go. We've also got this. I did not forget. Wait, I need to just refresh my mind on this. Okay, I need to refresh my mind on this, just so I can do this correctly. But yeah, this time around, I think I've adjusted all of the prices correctly. I could be wrong. Let me know if I haven't adjusted everything, right? I know that I've changed the I've changed the prices of the gene packs and everything. The Napoleon voice, exactly. I was trying to find a clip of Napoleon Dynamite talking just so that I can like try and mimic him. That's what I'm looking for. Gosh, Napoleon Dynamite is such a good movie. Yes, like 50 of them. Gosh. Man, Napoleon Dynamite is such a good movie. Who on earth is Napoleon Dynamite? He's a movie dude. He's a character from a movie. He's really funny. He's really funny. Gosh, like, I don't know, man. Yeah, he was like a character in a movie. By Meteor 2? Like, why are you buying two meteors? Can't you just, like, buy one? So is the Bronson movie? The Bronson movie's, like, British. Gosh. Shut your mouth! The Bronson movie, it was pretty wild. The Bronson movie was pretty wild. Napoleon Dynamite is where the famous line, "Vote for Pedro," came from. Tina, come get your food. What's with the metal box to the left? The metal box? I mean, this thing? This is our water pump. The water pump allows us to get water. The gene? Yeah, the gene is like... Oh. Apparently it's got a broken image. Apparently you've got a stamina potion dependency. And for whatever reason, it adds immune to stamina potion addiction. But also it makes you really unhappy. Oh wait, no, never mind. It gives you +4 to metabolic efficiency. Unreasonably fast runner. Wait, oh my gosh, what? A reasonably fast runner? You mean this thing? The big thing? Further left? Further left? This is the broadcaster. The broadcaster's like for broadcasting. Further left? What? You mean the geothermal generator? The geothermal generator is like for generating geothermal stuff, man. Like produces a whole bunch of like energy. When did that get there? Yeah. My punishment, Big DP? You're right. You're right. Let me add a little bit of something to you. A random minor xenogene. Okay. Let's pull out your bio. It was always there? Yeah, I built it way long ago. Add xenogene? Wait, maybe I can like apply a random one. Set to random? No. I don't want to do that. I want to add a random xenogene. And I'm gonna... Oh wait. It's not actually gonna like filter. Gosh, it's not gonna like actually filter. You know, I'm gonna hit a random button on my keyboard. And then like... Actually, wait, can I do a random... True, a random injury? Random genotype. Oh. Wait, no, never mind. These are already existing ones. Sounds more like Harold from Total Drama. My gosh. No, it doesn't. Who is a reference to Napoleon Dynamite? Gosh, okay, fine. Maybe it is then. Gosh. Get your own tater tots. Gosh. Yeah. I love that movie. It's been ages since I watched it. You kind of made me want to watch it now again, D6. How do I want to introduce a random xenogene? I was thinking to myself, actually, wait, maybe I can do, maybe I can Google. Give me, or random xenogene, Rimworld generator. Here we go. Stop it! Why are you doing that? Okay, let's check random. Oh my gosh, there's a mod for random xenotype maker. Maybe I should do something like that. I should probably download this. This would be pretty good. I'll do that from like the next campaign. We'll do this. Ew, I'm ginger. Yeah, true. I used to have a Napoleon Dynamite shirt about tater tots. Really? I used to joke with my friends about... no, I used to joke with one particular friend of mine that I wanted them to go feed Tina. I wanted them to go feed Tina the entire time, so I kept asking them, can you go feed Tina for me? And they're like, who is Tina? And then I forced them to watch the movie, and they finally got it, but they still got really annoyed with me that I kept asking them to feed Tina. So, I think it was a bit funny. I think it was pretty funny. I like annoying some of my friends. Let's see. Okay. I'm just gonna ask Google AI to give me a random gene. Can you give me a... random gene for Rimworld? Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. It says... Your random gene... No, that's not random. That's not random. It's telling me to give you Pyromaniac, but I can see that it cited 5 different sources for Pyromaniac. Like, that's not random. Okay, I don't believe that. Let's do this. I'm going to add a xenogene, and I'm going to type a random letter. I'll type in this one. Okay, K, so it has to include K. Gosh, I don't want to include big and small and everything like that. And then I'm going to try grok. Okay, I'll try grok. Let's see. I need to open up, X. Where is it? Here we go. Grok, okay. Ask me anything. Grok, please give me a random Xenogene in Rimworld to give to one of my apprentices. Let's see. Let's see what he says. Thinking about your request. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Thinking about my request. He's still thinking about it. He's still thinking about it. He's actually using it? Yeah, I'm actually using it. I'm actually using it. Executing code. Import. Xenogene Neoforge. What? What is Neoforge? I don't have that. I don't have that mod. Please give me something from expanded vanilla Xenogenes and from alpha genes. I need a minor one as a punishment, but make it random still. Here we go. Grok loading all the Rimworld mods. Yeah, it was importing something. Here's a random Xenogene from expanded vanilla ones. Mild hemogen dependency. Oh, yeah. Mild hemogen dependency? Okay, yeah, I can give you that one. Let's see. Here we go. Big D. Add, what's that, bruh? That makes you dependent on blood. Hemogen. Slight hemogen dependency. Wait, which one is it? What? Wait, what was the name of it? Sharingan Killer, they called me Naruto. No way you put in a Naruto reference here. Stop it. Stop. It's such a interesting one. Let me try. What was it? Xenogene. Hemogenic, maybe? Hemogen eater? No, that's an... Okay. Remove gene. Hemogen eater. I thought... Add Xenogene. Hemogen dependency? No. Hemogen drain? Hemogenic? I thought it would have been hemogenic. Here we go. Carriers of this gene have a reserve of biological strength powered by a resource called hemogen. Can be gained. Carriers lose... Oh. Wait. Yeah, so now you have a hemogen dependency. I think that's correct. Let's see. Is that the only one? Hemogen. Hemogenic. Greater hemogen drain. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So now you've got a bit of a dependency on hemogen, which means that you need to begin ingesting it, otherwise you're going to suffer consequences of being low on blood. No way he just put a Naruto reference in there. Yeah, man, my anime fans are like, man, I love this reference. Sasuke, Naruto, Sharingan, Izanagi Amaterasu, Ogata sensei, and... Man, I should do voice acting for Naruto. I like the dub version. It's fake? No, it's real. I got it on you now. I got it on you. Grok made me a low iron beta. You depend on blood now to survive. And also the reason why I made it a Xenogene is so that we can't copy it. So, hello, Kaimana. Every time Shuriju shouts, I wake up. What? Every time she was... I'm not even sure what she said. Also, Kaimana, you've yet to receive your punishment. Are you awake enough for that? Also, because you're here, I can actually give you the money now. Give coins, Kaimana, 3,500. There we go. Give me punishment and I sleep. Yeah, you'll fulfill the punishment next time then. For next stream, but we'll do this now. So we'll give you the punishment. Let's see. Paste the strike board. Then we'll reshuffle, reset everything, and hide. I have monies. No. Yeah, it's because I reset everything. It's because I reset everything. So, here we go. Strike board. Kaimana, what do you want to pick? What do you want to pick? You're on the 1 strike board right now, just so you know. So, make sure you choose wisely. Make sure you choose wisely. What are you gonna pick, Kaimana? What's it gonna be? Where's your motivation? A2? Kaimana's picked A2. And what's in spot number A2? Your thing is talk like... Wait. Is that the same on stream? Write like a pirate for 15 minutes. Okay, what are the mixed stuff outside of Rim and chat? Those are different activities that I have you do. Those are different activities that I have you do. I was wondering, I don't know if I call it various or like mixed or something like that. I'm a pirate. Yay. Yeah, you're a pirate now. So you can fulfill this like next stream. You can do that. If you do not fulfill it, I'm timing you out. Can I do it next stream for 15 minutes? Yeah, you can do it next stream. I won't make you do it now, but you have to do it next stream, and you have to do it for 15 minutes. Otherwise, I time you out for the same amount of time. Good night, Kaimana. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow then. So she's gonna sleep. Should she type like a pirate IRL? Yeah, I want her to talk like a pirate IRL. Talk like a pirate for 15 minutes. That's supposed to be a punishment? Yes. Because it's 1 strike. It's just a very silly strike. I call that a reward. I mean, it's funny for everyone else. You know what, Dragon the Dojo Mama, you're making a case to the point where I feel like maybe I should increase it to per stream. Per stream, they need to be doing this. Like the entire stream, they need to be typing in a certain or a particular way. So I'll think about it. Yes, let me time out next stream. Yeah, anytime she breaks it, Mr. Brown, if she does not type like a pirate for 15 minutes straight, you time her out for 15 minutes. 1 strike, now I'm a low iron beta. Yeah. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay, now Kaimana's responding to my DM, so now I have to reply to her. There we go. So, you've bought a couple of gene packs. Also, Psychic Soothe. D6 has bought a gene pack. Oh! They've robbed it. Rat's Ears and Burning Halo. Carriers of this gene possess a burning angelic halo. And then just rat ears? Okay, and what's this one? Select the gene pack. Large demon wings and reduced fertility. Oh, it gives you plus. Wow. Wait, no, never mind. It cancels itself out. WTF, I need the halo? Yeah, this is kind of cool, actually. Removes the movements. Oh, wait, large demon wings. It allows you to bypass difficult terrain. Ah. Casting testicular torsion, they call me Rondelto. That's one of my secret spells. That's one of my secret spells. So, I need everything. Wait, let's check. How much, how long do you have? Okay, you've got 1.3 years. So, you would still need to pay, like, 2,500 silver if you want to remove the, genes regrowing stuff. So, resonant? This person has a connection to a Garandlan tree. The consciousness scales with pruning it. Whoa! Wait, what? Solstix, you gain bonuses for being connected to the tree? So you have increased consciousness, lower hunger, increased natural healing rate, increased immunity gain speed, and increased rest rate? I had no clue that was the case. Huh. Okay. I wish it wasn't 1,000. You can blame each other for that, because you kept buying more and more and more. So, Auger Head Lumpy. Gain a lumpy head, and then gain deep green skin. And let's see, this one as well. Yeah, that's the same one. That's the same one. Can you at least give me the vampire fangs? Give a brother a break. No, I unfortunately cannot. That is a gene in and of itself. So, I can't. No, we didn't. Oopsie. Yeah, it's because you guys kept buying so many that I was like, okay, I need to make sure that you guys cut down a little bit, because this is an insane amount of stuff that you guys are buying with all of the gene packs. Like, there is a reason why we have this giant room. What? Oh, designate power? No. Here we go. I just wanted to build a copy. I just kind of moved my cursor too fast. Another gene pack. Okay. Let's see. Man, I should do voice acting for Rondel streams. You know, the dub version. What do you mean the dub version? Beardless. Beardless. What is that supposed to mean, Dragon and Dojo Mama? I'm already dubbed. Do you want me to speak in a different language? Okay. If you had to dub me into a different language, which language would you dub me into? Also, do you think you could speak as fast? Wait, read my previous chat. No way, he just put an Auger Rondel reference in there. Yeah, man, my wizard fans are going, man, I love this reference. Auger Rondel, Auger Rodnell, Rotundel, Testicular Torsion, Greater Testicular Torsion, Arcane Missile, Fireball, Counterspell. Man, I should do voice acting for Auger Rondel's YouTube streams in the future. Grand Wizard Rondel, cast it! Okay. Now I understand, yeah. Sorry, I scrolled past because I was like busy trying to read through everything. Whoa. If you guys could dub me into another language though, what would it be? If you had to pick a language that you wanted to watch Auger Rondel streams in, what language would it be? Finish mortars. How will my pawn take blood? We take blood through hemogen farming. So that's how we do it so far. We can do packaged survival meals, so we can do a couple more trips and whatnots. Latin, Czech, or Klingon. Why are those the 3-1? That took me 15 minutes. Oh, did it really? I'm impressed nonetheless. I'm proud of you, Dragon and Dojo Mama. I'm proud of you. Anything that my apprentices do that requires or has put in efforts in order to do such a funny little post like that, I'm always proud of you. Wait, Aug, say Czech again. I said Czech. That's the only other language I know? Yeah, I suppose. Oh, you too? Yeah. I'd enjoy hearing you speak Mandarin. You want me to speak Chinese? Mandarin Chinese? Ni hao. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if I ever decide to have a Chinese stream one day. He knows Chinese too? I won't say what I do and what I don't know, because if I don't know what I do know, then you know what I don't know, which means you'd know what I don't know about knowing what I do know. You know what I'm saying? The first time you said it in Czech, you said it like a Czech? What are you doing? Ni how ya doing? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. True. True. Polish Aug would be kind of funny. The only thing... Okay, no, I probably won't say that. I was going to say, if I could do, like, a Russian stream, I feel like that would be really bad because I don't know enough Russian to get by. Or maybe you could speak, like, a Harappan, an Indus Valley language, circa 3,300 to 1,300 BC. Whoa. I'm not even sure how that would sound. I could try translate everything into, like... Actually, I could do, like, fantasy languages as well. So, you know. Bro, I seen Solon. I thought it was a little Brown clone because of the wings. Actually, wait, has Brown decided to... Has anyone... Who's got the gene for auto-pregnancy? Does Mr. Brown have it? Let's see. Yeah, he does. Why has he not become pregnant with himself yet? Why has he not become pregnant with himself? Anything Polish is funny for some reason. Lol, one time I was recommending extremely random Polish memes that were really wacky on Twitter. Yeah. Well, extremely wacky, you say. Oh, I have it? Yeah, you do. You have auto-pregnancy. Jeez, don't be so fast with me. I just want you pregnant, man. I just want you pregnant. I want you producing clones of yourself all over the place. I want you popping out smaller Mr. Browns left and right. Sorry, I'm just being honest. I want to see how this works. Sacrifices? Yeah, we call them little disposables. Maybe it needs to be at night? Maybe he has a dream and he wakes up one morning. Also, his pig nose doesn't really fit on his face. It kind of looks like a weird mask, but are we rating anything? That's a good question. Should we? I'm clipping this. No, 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 don't do it, don't do it. Oh, here we go. Caravans of sacred-like hunters are being hunted or harassed by a pack of 21 man-hunting panthers. What? Wait, what? We could get a silent neuroformer. Oh. We could get... There's a recurve bow legendary. Is Pigeon the chef yet? No, he's not the chef yet. Or maybe speaking in exclusively Sumerian stone tablets, like, just have a camera and speak, and to speak you have to engrave the stone tablets in Sumerian text. We make all your ancient Sumerian audience members feel very represented. I love your idea, Dragon Dojo Mama. You know, it would be pretty nice to brush up on my ancient Sumerian. I was thinking that I could also brush up on a little bit of my ancient Aztec. You know, I had a couple of, like, really old Incan fans that I wanted to impress with my knowledge of the ancient Mesopotamian pyramid. Or, pyramids? No, temples. I wanted to impress them with my ancient Mesopotamian why do I keep saying pyramids? Temples, knowledge. You know, it's considering that I've been there for a little bit. A sign language stream? You're right. You're right, I could do a sign language stream. I could absolutely do that. You know, maybe one of the, like, lore reasons why I'm so loud and everything like that is just because, you know, I happen to be deaf and I don't know how loud I am. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, let's see. Silent Neuroformer, but a recurve bow legendary or Silent Neuroformer Death Rest Capacity Serum isn't actually that bad. Isn't actually that bad. We could get that one, and then we could increase it for Helios whenever he wants to become a vampire, or whenever we get the quest for it. Reward preferences? Tell other factions what kind of rewards you want in future requests. Oh! Wait, what? Accept goodwill? No, you know what? I don't want goodwill. No, if you're gonna offer a quest... No, I don't want you to give goodwill. I want you to give me something good. You know what I'm saying? That will make me happy. Didn't we buy one? I think he had one prior to this. What is this? You posted a clip. Let's see. Auger Rondel. Lucky Talented Bulgogi Doritos Chip. Okay. What? Why is that? Yeah. I guess you're gonna be a little bit pregnant. What can I say, Mr. Brown? What can I say? Sometimes you don't get to make a choice. Sometimes the pregnancy chooses you, especially when it's auto-pregnancy. I mean, there's not much that can be done there, right? Okay, but, you know what? Wait, can you guys spawn a quest? Look up quest. Actually, I'm very curious. Huh? Arcane script? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Oh no, that's the random one. I know what that one is. Maybe we need to scare his pawn to poop one out? Yeah. Boo! Run into his room, shake him a little bit, and go like, wow! And make sure that he has a child popped out by the morning. To all the ancient Aztec Empire viewers at home, I need advice. It's been pretty dry recently. I need tips. How do I sacrifice my neighbor by releasing his heart from his chest or throw his kids into a deep pit? I kind of need the advice. Yeah, well, actually, if you were asking me, I would say that probably one of the best challenges you have is to make sure that you throw a whole bunch of gold into the center of a whirlpool. And then once you've thrown in sufficient amounts of gold and you see that the whirlpool is about to close, you need to ensure that you also throw in someone following after. And that would be your sacrifice. That's bound to work. How much do you buy passions for... How much to buy passions for Ruria? How much does it cost you normally? How much does it cost you normally to do something like that? Because in that case, I will adjust it to be about the same. I'll adjust it to be about the same because technically it is still a full pawn, though you don't actually get entire control. So, not saying, you know I can pause to check, right? I can just go into the list and check. I'm just curious if you knew off the top of your head. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I'm quickly gonna check. You know what? I'm gonna check while I'm at it. Mod options... Toolkit, Twitch toolkit, items. Can I also spawn quests at the same time? Oh, it must be a quest. I do not know. Passions. To add a Hmm. Okay. It doesn't say. Wait. Passion? Add passion. Here we go. Passion is 7,000 coins. Oh my gosh. That is a lot to add a passion. Whoa! 7,000 coins for a passion? Insane. Okay, then I wanted to do quest. Apparently, you cannot buy quests. Huh. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I will allow you guys to buy a quest. So if you want to buy a quest to see what it is, you can spend 1,500 silver to spawn a quest. I think that's a good amount, and then we can see if we want it. Guys, quick, I need help. Quetzalcoatl Demez tribute. Okay. Well, it depends on what manifestation Quetzalcoatl decided to appear as. Because in that case, if she showed up as a giant dragon in her full dragon form, then I'd say you're already screwed. If she showed up as a really hot anime girl, then I think you're fine for the next couple of days, but you have to provide some kind of sacrifice. If it showed up as a quadrupedal dragon, then I'd say that's probably not a Quetzalcoatl. You know? Just gotta see. I don't think it gave you money. Wait, what do you mean? I don't think it gave you money? Wait, it didn't give you money? Oh, D6 didn't get money. Did he? No, he did, right? I gave him enough and then he used it all on gene packs. Dude, it's 11:20. I slept until 11 today. I didn't move around much and I'm still giga tired. Maybe you're just mentally fatigued or exhausted. Maybe that's why. The 8-hour working through economics BS was more taxing than I thought. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe you were like mentally tired or something or exhausted because sometimes we underestimate just how bad things are until we eventually feel it. Bro, the thing took my mana and didn't even get any silver. Oh, because it resets. Yes, because it resets. Wait, let me go back here. Here we go. Sorry, that is my fault. So, toolkit. I need you guys to redeem channel points. So, okay. Can you redeem the basic one now? One of you. And this is going to give you free points. This is going to give you free amount of money. Because I'm going to refund you. So, feel free to use the shrimple one now. While you're at it. Okay, here we go. We got Rimworld points to cash. That's the first one. And then I now need the second one. Can we please get the second one? There we go. Thank you, thank you. There we go. And now that's been added, and then I'll refund you all. Here we go. So now we've continued again. Dang, too late. Exactly. Okay, so D6, you will be getting... Mr. Brown, can you refund D6? I'll give D6... give coins. D6. 250 because it was half. Give coins. Rondel. 2,000. Markiplier. E. Here we go. And Helios? Yeah, and Helios. There we go. Gave 2,000 coins. There you go. That's it. That's it. And then Disco already got his, so he's all good. He's all good. There we go. So now you can basically get free redeems for that. So you get it for free because you're helping out with some of my scuffed stream remakes. You know, trying to get everything to work all over again. So 7,000 to give Ruri a passion? Yes. Sorry, I thought I replied to that, but I guess I must have read it while I was talking at the same time, and it didn't mentally cross my mind that I hadn't answered it. But yes, it would cost about 7,000 because that's what it costs. Actually, you know what? Because it's Ruria, because you're not going to be taking control over her directly, I will say that maybe it's easier to say that it's more like... I'll say 5,000. I'll say 5,000 to give her a passion. I'll heavily discount it. In that case, because you can't really control what she does since you can't control her her ability or progress or what she does. So it'll be 5,000. Quest bro? Oh, okay, you gave the money. So let me do spawn quest, generate quest. Yes, natural random. Here we go. Quest available, hosting a friend. Fauna Fur Wells, prime mortal of Sacrilege Hunters, is requesting a favor. Her friend Gilma Tate is interested in learning about other cultures. She wants you to host her at Pumpkin Patch for 12 days. Gilma appreciates quality accommodation. You will gain goodwill with Sacrilege Hunters if you keep her average mood above 50%. I mean, this is pretty easy, actually. Oh! A gene integrator? Wait. Let me double check something. Because if we made when assembled high efficiency, okay, I'm a little bit tempted. Is the base named Pumpkin Patch? Yeah, we named this in the first stream, I think, or something like that. It was ages ago. A xenogerm integrator or an endogerm integrator is actually not half bad. That means that you could turn your xenogenes into endogenes, so you could add it here. I think that removes the metabolic efficiency, which means that that would go back to 0, and then you can add more things. Og, what was the command to level up skills? By skills, what do you mean exactly? Do you mean the, wait, what's it called? Oh, you mean passions? Oh, no. You mean level up skills. Oh, like, literally those. Yeah, so... wait. Rewo list. Hopefully this still works. Yes, okay, there we go. So you can do... Yuki is having a heart attack! Oh my gosh. Okay. Solstix, or actually, Disco, I need you to teleport over here. And then I need you to call Solstix right now. Shadow call. And then Solstix, I need you to... Oh, okay. Wait, how far away are you? You're... Okay, you're going to do it yourself, Helios, it looks like. Let's see. Hopefully you get to Yuki in time. Heart attack, massively painful. Oh, okay. Do we still have the revive serum? Resurrect some... Oh, what was it called? Serum? Healer mech serum. No, we don't have a resurrection serum. And yeah, there it is. Solstick found it. Solstick found it. How would it be useful? Are there some buildings or elephants in need of eating? Is that useful, or do you just want to be eating something? Is this like a hungry when bored symptom? What do you mean? Can I be useful? Actually, speaking of, can I just eat something? Can you help me out? Is she fine now? Yeah, she looks fine now. You tended to... Oh, wait, no! You failed tending to her. Oh. Yeah, you went back to go get some more medicine. You're doing this. She's still dying. She's still having a heart attack. I think... Yeah, it's at 42% developed. So, we'll see. Here we go. 12%. Oh, it still needs tending. Okay, so you're treating it multiple times. I see. It's useful, trust me. Okay, you know what? Point me in a direction and I'll make you eat someone. I'll make you eat someone. Also, gene integrator. You know, we could probably host someone. We can host someone. That should be fine. Gilma has arrived. Gilma, you can, oh, okay, never mind. She's immediately going to butcher... Wait, she's actually helping out. Oh, okay. Eat all the dogs. This is true. This is true. I thought she was going to be chilling out in our hotel. I didn't think Gilma was just going to be doing this. Eat someone. I mean, you could eat some of the dogs if you really wanted to. Why is Gilma upset? Why is she not happy? Ratty apparel, observe rotting corpse, and she's a pessimist? Well, that's not fair. What? Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get Spearfree to attach a brand to Gilma. Where is Spearfree? Here we go. Add an emotion brand to Gilma. That way she'll just be happy more often. Like so. Oh, Spearfree? No, I want you to emotion brand Gilma. There we go. Now, Gilma, you should develop the emotion brand. There we go, there we go. Can you take the most serious health problem off of Yuki via divine intervention? That I can. That I can. Here we go. Dev tool. Oh wait, I'll go into this one, because that's just easier, and then I can go into health. The most serious health problem. Okay. I will take off her artery blockage in her heart, I think. Wait, which one should I do? Should I remove her carcinoma, or should I do her artery blockage? I think her artery blockage. There we go. Now she should be fine. I'll see if it shows up again. Maybe her asthma is going to cause it again. If so, then I'll remove one of the asthmas as well. Give her some smoke leaf. No, I don't think that's going to help her at all. I'll just sacrifice my neighbor and make a YouTube apology video. The community can learn to forgive. I just need a dog, fake tears, and camera. Yeah, you need the dog to show up in the middle of your apology video, and you go, sorry, buddy, I didn't want you to see this, and you're, like, crying, and the dog comes to comfort you, and you're like, I just needed to sacrifice that guy. I needed to make sure that I actually had some rain tomorrow, as you stroke, like, the head of a golden retriever, and you're like, oh, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for being there for me. And then, like, you begin talking with tears in your eyes, completely red in the face, about how apologetic you are. We only had one raid. Didn't, like, 2 happen every 20 days. Randy Random is random. So, yeah, we could go for, like, 100 days without one, considering the variety of events that do happen. Or just nothing. Nothing could happen. Also, we did have a raid last time. We did have a raid last stream, so it's possible. What else does Yuki have left, and is there a way to cure her? The only way to cure her... Okay, wait, no, that's carcinoma. The only way to cure her is to make a luxury regeneration pod. But, wait, let's check. Do we have anything for this? Misk... Ideology, Biosculptor pod is not it. Wait. Meds pod. Wait, pod. Let's search pod. Transport pod is not what I'm looking for. Accelerated cellular. Yes, there it is. Okay, here it is. We need to do advanced fabrication, then we can get accelerated cellular regeneration, and then we can make a couple of pods, and these can help with permanent diseases and scarring. So, I think we got medicine to remove her cancer. Yes, we did. I think she's awaiting operation. Yeah, she's awaiting operation. That's why she's even in here in anesthesia and is under anesthesia. Heavy sigh. I didn't want to make this video. Wipes eyebrow instead of eye. Pokes eye with finger. Can't we cure her cancer with the medicine? Yerp. Did I hear lucky? Lucky? Did my pawn eat some blood? We can check. Yep, you're still at 96. You're only losing 2 blood a day. You barely need it. So you do have a dependency on hemogen, but you barely need it. If hemogen reaches 0, D6 will become very unhappy. Why is no one doing the surgery then? Oh, we don't have any more herbal medicine. I think we used it to just treat her heart attack, and then we ran out of more. So, let's see. We've got all of these, actually. We can... Oh, never mind. They're not 100% grown. Yeah, I think she had a heart attack right when we were about to do it, and so we used up the rest of our herbal medicine, which is kind of funny in a way. I just bought some. Wait, let's see. Now can we get you to focus on it? Okay, it's not added to storage. Can you focus on prioritizing hauling this? Hold that, and then... Gosh, you guys are super duper slow. And I think you must be holding on to some, right? Nope, you're not. Okay, whatever. What? Why does it say must be worse? Maybe you can just do that. Okay, and then we select her. Does not require tending. No medicine for restriction. Best quality. But what if I do... Doctor cared, no medicine? Can we bypass this? No medicine? No. Okay, herbal medicine? No. No. I'm so confused. Why is it not allowing me to? Is it wrong to say I picture you and Rotundel's relationship as Timmy Turner's dad and Dinkelberg? Who are you talking about? Me and who? Me and who? And why... Wait, you and okay. Rotundel, sorry, I'm baffled. I'm baffled by this question. You and Rotundel's relationship. For a moment, I was reading Rotundel as me, so I was like very confused at that point. Bro doesn't know Fairly Odd Parents as Timmy Turner's dad and Dinkelberg. Dinkelberg! This is where I'd put my trophy if I had one. I do know Fairly Odd Parents. My parents, Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah, but I don't remember the intro fully. I've seen a bit of it, not a whole lot though. It's like appeared in the background of like TVs whenever I walk by. So I do know a little bit about it. Let's see. Maybe that medicine is good enough. Let's check. If it's added to store. Yes. Yes. Okay, Solstix is going to be doing some of the medical stuff. Oh my gosh, Solstix, you are crazy good at medical. You're a planet-known master. Whoa. Jeez. You're really good at this. Medical TY, Father Sol. True. I'm actually curious. What are your stats compared to... Oh my gosh. Wait, you're doubly as good. Operation speed, 200%. Surgery success chance, 106. Medical 10 speed, 200%. Medical 10 quality, 155. 135, 104, 135, 130, or 145. You are, like, way more better. Like, you are crazy good. Buy armchair? Why'd you buy an armchair? What? What's with the cloth armchair? My armchair. Where do you wanna install it in that case? I don't think you have a whole lot of room. You can add it here. You can add it here. Hello, I had to leave for like 20 minutes. I'm back now. Who's Gilma? Gilma is someone that we took on as a part of like a quest. Cause it's basically just keep them here for like 12 days or something like that. And they'll give us free stuff. They'll give us free stuff. We just need to keep her happy. And that's good enough, you know? So, make my room bigger. Your room is this one. How big can we extend this? Wait, let's see. Okay, we can extend this by yet another tile. Can we extend like so? Okay, we can do that. And then we can increase the amount, or we have to first expand the floors as well. And then we can do that. So then once this is built, I'll deconstruct the floors just so that it has a house. Oh! Oh my gosh, 5,000 silver coins? What do you want to add? What do you want to add to Roria? Disco is a good father. You know, he's really doing his best. That's why I'm so willing to give him a 2,000 silver coin discount. Plants. Aw. Just like her grandpappy. Just like her grandpappy, she's gonna develop an interest and passion in plants. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, let's see with work as well, if we can try and get some of the scheduling. So, Gilma really likes... Why is no one good at arts and crafts? Why is literally no one passionate for that? Okay, fine. I guess you'll just focus on these things. Just do whatever, Wilma. Just do whatever. Okay, herbal medicines, 10 by Rotunda. Yeah, and that was a little while ago, I think. We can add your couch to your room even now, while you guys build the expansion to the room. Tube television? That's because we don't have tube television yet. Can you check Yuki again? Yeah, I can check her. Where's Yuki? Yuki? Oh, actually, she's produced 50 scales. You can make clothes out of Yuki scales. She's got asthma, minor asthma, carcinoma. Can we not do this? What? Okay, maybe it's because your cancer is so big, but it looks like we have to keep using more and more and more to try and get rid of this carcinoma because it's become so big. I think that's why it's taken multiple surgery attempts. It's just become so big that quite literally it's becoming hard to remove. Jeez. Okay. We probably need more. I have a passion for crafting. Do you? Wait, let me check. Solstix. Crafting. Oh, you do. You have a minor passion in it, but you're only level 3 in it, which is a little bit unfortunate. Tube television. Okay. You want a tube television in your room. I guess we'll focus on deconstructing this, and then I want the wall lamp to be reinstalled like here. Actually, can we extend this like so? We can extend your room like so. That goes into the back of Helios's. 3D medicine. There we go. I think that should be enough. And we're gonna expand. Let's continue with the cancer. Let me do this. Okay, it has to be added to the inventory first. I don't know where the medicine went. Oh, you're putting it in so far. That's fine. Let's do that then. No. Oh. here we go. I'll just do best quality medicine, and I think yep. Prioritize operating on Yuki, exercising, or excising carcinoma. There we go. There we go. Can Ruria do growing, or is she still too young? Anything that's listed here she can do. So she can do currently growing. Yeah, she can. Do you want her to do growing? We can do this at like 2. CRTs are the best. Just got an adapter to use with my PS5. Dude, CRTs are super underrated. Did you know that they can reach a refresh rate of 700? It is crazy how cool CRTs are. They are like, yes, they're bulky and everything, but man, they are like no other. They have such a cool visual effect. They have such a crazy high refresh rates and everything. So, yeah. Inspired plant work. Solstix has experienced an inspiration. He will harvest and plant crops faster for the next 8 days. Ooh. Ooh. Yay, she'll help us with plants for real now. Yeah, did I fail again? I mean, I have medical 17. No. How do I fail all the time? No, it's just really slow. Also, Yuki's carcinoma is massive. Yuki's carcinoma is extreme, which is why I think it's gone out of control, actually, which is why we're having to remove this so many times. How good is my shooting? I'll have a look. Oh, there we go. You did it. Oh, and you've lost your inspiration for inspired surgery. You've done it. Oh my gosh. She's finally cured from her her leg carcinoma. How good is my shooting? Low to perfect. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Your shooting is at 18. You're a planet known master. Your shooting accuracy is roughly 100%. Your aiming time is 18%. And yeah, that's about it. Unfortunately, it doesn't really say much until you open up the stats screen. So we can go through here. Food, weapon, mechanitor, combat. Okay, here we go. And now let's check. Do we have range DPS 16.3 at 25 tiles? Oh, wow. What is this crazy calculation here? 90% of 38.64 divided by 2? Why is that? Oh, it's the cooldown per seconds. I see. Now only minor asthma left. Yeah, on both lungs. And the frailty on Edico. But I don't know how to heal frailty, so I'll need 3k more mana for the divine intervention. Yerp. You're gonna have to. You're probably gonna have to. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Probably when we get the Lux pods and everything like that, maybe it'll be more fine. But I'm not entirely sure yet. Also, we've got plenty of room, I'm just realizing, for more gene banks. We've got so much room. We could add, like, another row here. We could add a row here. We can add some more rows here. So has it been found if we can spawn quests? Yes! I said it. You can spend 1,500 silver to spawn a quest. So I will spawn a quest for every 1,500 silver that you give me. Or if you want to do it via channel points, then you can do so via 750. So I can add it. You know what? I'll add it right now. Here we go. Let's go to Rimworld. Duplicate this. Is it a random quest? You know what? I feel like some of the random quests generate quests. We can do... No, I feel like, yeah, I feel like it has to be a natural random one. I think that's it, because otherwise you can just pick some of the best ones. So let's see. What other quest categories do we have? View quest chains, generate biotech lab quest, quest part test, generate quests X. Oh, actually, yeah. Maybe you can generate 2 per. Make the statue in my room the Schmalugal princess. You're gonna have to pay for that one. Let me add wood floors here while I do this. So, I'll do it for this one. Rimworld, generate 2 random quests. Here we go. Generate 2 randomly natural occurring quests. Here we go. Wait, can I change Edico's picture too? You can change her portrait, but you cannot change her sprite, if that makes sense. So, I think if we go to one of the dogs, I think I accidentally did it too. Was it this one? Was it this one? Oh. Was it this one? Yes. So you can change the portraits here in the left corner. Unfortunately, it's because otherwise you would need a 4-picture image sprite, and then I would have to apply it to every single side. So that's why. But I can't display in... Wait, can I display in the colonist bar? Wait, let's see. Save. I don't see him in the colonist bar. What is it talking about? I don't see it. Yeah, there's no schmaloogle there. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's just a schmaloogle now. So we'll do this for 750. So now there is a generate 2 random quests as a point reward in Rimworld, so you can make 2. Make Ruria a little schmaloogle. Oh, true, because then it would cure Kaimana's baldness. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You could cure Kaimana's baldness if you turned Ruria into a schmaloogle. It's possible. We have the technology. And what else do we have? Let's see. It was this one, right? No, this one? Yeah, it was this one. Don't touch my daughter. Yerp. Yeah, so if I really wanted to open the editor for all of its like information like this, I would have to upload images and whatnot. So unfortunately, yeah, it just doesn't save to all Yorkshire Terriers on current map. So you can change every single one of these to have it. I'm probably not going to do that. That's probably too much. Narrative is a different thing. That's just like for personal stuff. I can also change the description and the label if I really wanted to. But yeah, this is the portrait. I'm curious, actually, if I clicked on like Silent Scythe and I did customize and I didn't... Actually, I don't want to do it. I'll do it on Gilma. I'll do it on Gilma because they're going to leave eventually. If I change this to like... where's my Rimworld assets? Here we go. Oh, here we go. And I did it to schmaloogle, and I saved. Here we go. Does it change? No, it doesn't change her picture there. That's strange. Huh. Okay. So how do I how do I remove her portrait? Okay, I have no clue. She's now just a schmaloogle. She's now just a schmaloogle. I have no clue how to get rid of this now. So every time we click on Gilma, there's just going to be a schmaloogle in the bottom left corner. But that's not my problem. That's unfortunate. Sorry. Whoops. Yeah, I guess if you really wanted to add a portrait to your character, you can do that. You can do that. Everyone's turning blue. Dabba dee, dabba die. Show in colonist bar? Wait. Oh, wait, you can! Oh my gosh! Bro, look at the blood golem, or the flesh golem. But yeah, you can change your colonist icon using this. So we can change, you can change your colonist icon into whatever picture that you want. Okay. Nice. Yeah, there we go. I won't do that, but yes. You can absolutely change your profile picture at the top here if you want to be represented differently somehow. And let's check the flesh golem. Here we go. Oh. He's just standing there. Okay. 4 conditions need tending, by the way. Oh, he's missing a whole whoa! He's been demolished. Money! Ugh. Auger blue flavor, gasm, blue flavor, gasm, blue flavor, gasm. What do you mean? Ah, yes, the corner. True. Sometimes the corner causes a couple of issues. Let's reinstall this over here. And then once you gain more space, then I can add the TV. Then you can watch TV from bed. Install my TV. Yeah. I'm just moving things around. We need to consider the feng shui of your room, D6. We need to consider the feng shui. What? Why can I not say it? Okay, whatever. You know what? Whatever. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Yeah, because I want to add it here, and then like you would be able to watch TV from bed. You know, you'd be sleeping on the left side, and then you'd be like, oh yeah, I think this is a great way to watch TV. But for right now, we'll just put it in your, actually, we'll just leave it there. We'll just leave it there, because we're going to have to move everything around anyway. We've got some bulk trade goods from Sacred Like Hunter. Auger, what about traits for Ruria? What do you want Ruria to do is the main question. Like, what do you hope she's able to do, and what do you hope she should do to help the colony in the future? Unless you don't want her to help the colony. It's entirely possible you don't, but I'm curious in that case. If you feel like there's something you want her to do, because then I can give some advice on what to do with her. However, actually, I'm noticing something. And I don't think it's going to make any of you happy, but unfortunately, that's just the way things are. Plants in high melee? Wow, she's really taking after her father and grandfather. Oh, no, you guys don't know what I'm doing. You think I'm ending this? You think I'm? Oh wow, guys, we're doing. We're having so much fun. Whoa. Wait. What? What am I waiting for? How much for a trait? It's 3,000 to add, 5,000 to remove in terms of silver. 3k add, 5k remove. There we go. However, oh my gosh, no. Oh, okay, whatever. We're gonna have to do this. Well, that's going to be it. Give her 2 smart real quick. Okie dokie. I've got the game open in the background, so I can at least do that. But that's otherwise. Let's finish the raid. No, no. It's just a rhinoceros getting really mad at us. So that, however, is going to be the end of today. Stop buying meteors. I'm trying to end the game. Stop it. You're misbehaving. And I want action. I'm sure we all do. I'm sure we all want a little bit of action in our Rimworld game, but that's not how things are going to turn out. Instead, we're going to be ending stream for there today. Honestly, no, you can't buy and use 10,000 beer. That's just not how it works. That's not how it works. You'd also be using up all of your money. You know what I think the game should do? It shouldn't tell you that, oh, you don't have enough for this, you don't have enough for that. It should try buy as many as possible so that you guys lose your money whenever you do something like that. You guys always do this, and it will only get you in trouble. So otherwise, it's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion about Shinsekai Yori. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the little gameplay that I showed of Slice and Dice. It's a very fun game. Maybe I didn't show it off crazily good, but that's because I was talking a lot about Shinsekai Yori, because there is so much to discuss. There's genuinely so much to discuss. One of my all-time favorites. If I had to make a top 3 anime, like a list in no particular order because it's really difficult to choose, I would say that Shinsekai Yori is like easily first, or at least competes with first, because I would say the light novel version of Overlord also gets into my top 3, and then I would probably say Hunter x Hunter. Those are like my top 3 if I really had to pick, but I don't know how I'd order them, but I do know that above all of them, I think Shinsekai Yori probably gets up really high. So I love that anime to bits, and I really, really, really hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I do. It's genuinely super duper good. I can kill my pawn via the mana overdose too. You can. You can. So just make sure you do not accidentally use like 15 mana potions or whatever. You only need 1 at a time. A single mana potion refreshes your mana to maximum. So I'll watch that stuff, bro. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. That game didn't look real. It is real though, and it's really fun. It's super duper fun. It's probably like an understatement to have shown you what I did, but essentially like you build up entire decks of dice that you cast, and then you try build a good team by manipulating the sides of the dice. The raid mode is my favorite because I love throwing more and more dice. So the raid mode, you start with 10 people instead, which is 10 dice instead of just having 5 people for 5 dice. So I enjoy that. By the way, do we have an ideologies in our world? Yes, we do. We're currently the Cult of Auger. The Cult of Auger is our own ideology, and that was mostly so that I could give you guys free will, but then I found out that free will doesn't mean that you guys can pick what it is you want your pawns to do, which is a little bit unfortunate. So Yeah, I kind of decided against that. And also because all of your passions, they all just overlap so poorly. We would have no one doing smithing if we all fell for free will. But there are some ideologies that can use free will, and we do have the wizard one, which allows us to give people magically gifted and the like. Minor FLCL, Soul Eater, and Serial Experiments, lame. Man, those are some really good ones. Soul Eater, I love. Oh my gosh. TM Revolution makes some crazy good music. Helios died by using 3. Yeah, because you only need 1. It fully recharges your mana, and it's considered a drug, so it just insta-kills you because you've, like, overdosed on both the drug itself and the amount of mana, so you can just die. Sucks, but such is life drinking too many mana potions. But that is basically everything that I had to say today. What game will we play on Friday? I'm gonna let you guys vote throughout the week. I don't mind if we want to be doing a couple more Jackbox stuff, because we still haven't gone through all of the games. However, we can play a little bit of Mecha Chameleon, we can play a little bit of something else instead, but we'll have to see then. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with some Yakuza. Bye-bye! Bye-bye!